Here, if you've been trying to prevent Turbo Granny from stealing your weenie all night, if you up smash that like button. Welcome to Black and the Black Times Infinity. I'm your host, Cthulhu's Prodigy, coming to you live and direct from the Vista. Smoke Mail Sam with all the dankest of dank shit. On my left, the oldest lily in the world.
Does Wolverine like Jean because he's Canadian and just loves denim?
Could be
Ooh,
it.
wait
Yeah,
a minute.
that's a good theory.
I like it. I like it. Uh, on my far right, engineering on the ones and twos, choke people out on the threes and fours, Kronos.
Dan da dan dan da dan dan da dan dan da dan dan da dan.
We're gonna talk about it, and hopefully he's mic'd up and can hear me. Last but not least, the old ninja, or is he having technicals?
He just took a
Nope,
tentacle.
he's technical. You muted and booted, late and off key.
But he got that healthy shit. All right. That's what
Mm-hmm.
he said. All right. I asked him if he was. I asked him if he stood or sat, and he said it doesn't matter. I said yes, the fuck it does. We all know this. We all know this.
You know he was in one of them stalls with like his arms and legs in each corner, like vertical. You know what I mean?
Blowing it out sounds like a trombone.
Yeah,
Bathroom.
dropping them.
Oh yeah,
Just-
drop. He dropped himself. All right.
See, we'll get back into
Be
it.
back in a minute. All right.
Drop fucking healthy shit.
Yeah. All right. Listener of the week once again is Zor. Thank you very much, fam, for listening. And first in the chat is Papa Bear, also known as Rescue
shit.
Residence. He's up in there and he said hi, like a normal human being. Just hi.
Good shit. I know Old Ninja will join us back. We got Lily in here. We gotta like just right off the fucking bat. We got a goddamn gym up in here.
We do.
I
Hold on,
mean-
real quick before we talk about it. I know it's Sober October, but I found an actual decent non-alcoholic beer. So
Non-alcoholic.
yeah. Athletic Brewing. Their beer
What?
is actually pretty good. Like I was surprised. It's not terrible. It's not like
It's a lager.
oh no, it's an IPA. It's their Run Wild IPA. So
Nice.
yeah, honestly, like if you like beer, but maybe you don't like getting drunk anymore or whatever, this is a good alternative. Or if you just want to enjoy Sober October, being sober and still have a beer, this is it.
Nice, good shit. Okay, so my weenie is exactly where it belongs. It hasn't been stolen by a Turbo Granny or Ghost Granny or any ghost. If you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, because this sounds weird as shit,
Okay, thank you.
there's there's a brand new anime. Dan da da dan da da dan da da dan da da. Dan da Dan, is that how you pronounce it? I
Yeah,
believe,
Dan,
right?
Dan to Dan. Yeah.
Dan to Dan. This shit is almost too dank, and it's only one episode in. We have true, and I'm not kidding. I'm not exaggerating. There is a ghost granny that literally said, "Suck on my tits. I'm gonna suck on your weenie, or take your weenie, or grab your weenie off." And she wasn't even the most off the hook character per se. You could say that the fucking aliens were weirder.
Yeah, so this is what the crazy thing about this anime is that it starts off like pretty normal,
Mm-hmm.
and then all of a sudden you got this weenie wanting horny like turbo granny like out of nowhere, and then it's like shit is the fan, and then all of a sudden with the other character Momo, like she finds aliens, and it's just like what is happening here? Like everything just goes like out of the window. Everything you think is normal in anything is like out of the window in this anime. Like it doesn't even make well, it does make sense, honestly. Like after you watch it, but it's like it's crazy. And the animation is top notch. It's really good. It's wild.
The alien. Oh,
Oh.
go ahead, Lily.
So that's the kind of attitude is the reason why nursing homes have the highest rate of STDs.
Oh yeah,
This is
that
true.
is true. Yeah,
You ain't got much longer to live. Might as well have fun with it.
busting them
Yep.
busty nuts.
Mm-hmm. Spreading all kind of herpes.
Wait, can we hear you now?
Nope.
Nope.
Sprint ad now.
Still.
I don't see your blue thing on your mic. Are you muted?
Still can't hear you.
Yeah. I don't
All
see
right.
your mic is usually blue, lit up, but it's not lit up. Oh, it is lit up. All right. I'm just okay. I still can't hear you though.
All let me before we even get too far, the aliens wanted to steal bananas. And by
Yes.
bananas I mean dicks.
And uteruses too. Like this,
And
just to be clear,
uteruses.
they were very,
Yes.
you know, fair.
Inclusivity. That's what we're
Yeah.
here for.
Yeah.
Yep. They were all male aliens and they couldn't reproduce, so they were like, you know what, human female, we're going to steal that uterus. We need it. Give it to us. And like booty warrior style, they were going to take it. There's also a cell phone that magically
Yeah.
transports teenage boys that are missing weenies.
Wait, is it so that they can steal, or is it they're transported after?
Oh, not the aliens transported. The boy who got possessed by Turbo Granny uses a cell phone and teleports into the alien spaceship.
Yeah. So the aliens abducted this this girl, and like had her like basically, she was gonna get tentacle, you know, R worded.
Mhm.
So yeah, or mechanically extracted. I'll put it that way.
Yes.
Yeah. And she was like in her underwear, couldn't move. So yeah. And it was by
So
these really
not a
weird.
show I should watch at work.
No, you probably don't want to watch this at work. She's not
No.
naked, but you know, still. And the
I watch
aliens look.
Disney shows just in case.
You watch what?
I always end up watching Disney shows just in case someone walks up behind me.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Good idea.
Good call. Yeah, the aliens look pretty creepy too at first, and then it gets weirder.
It really starts off as almost like a slice of life
Yeah.
high school drama, semi-romance, flirty thing with a nerdy otaku and a girl who's in love with a dead Japanese movie star.
Yeah,
Right?
sorry. You're right. It does start off wild as fuck, and then it gets into like slice of life. Remember in the beginning, this guy's like basically trying to shake down that girl Momo to like
Yes.
have sex, like basically want to turn her into like a prostitute, and it was just like,
Yep.
what is that? And then he like beat her up, and I was just like, what? That's the start.
He beat her up and broke up with her at the
Yeah.
same time.
yeah. Just that's how it started, and then it
Mhm.
went into like slice of life, and then it went into, you know, aliens and turbo grannies,
Yes.
stealing wieners.
Before we even go on, you know what? We done fucked up, Kronos. We didn't mention that this has an absolute motherfucking banger of an intro.
Yeah, the intro is one of the best intros in recent memory for an anime. It's been on heavy rotation in my car. Like I'm not even exaggerating.
For the very first time when I saw this anime, and this is the first time it's ever happened to me, I rewound the fucking intro 5 times before watching the fucking episode. I was like, oh, I want to hear that again. You know what I mean? Like it's a banger. It's a real fucking banger. And even with all the animation in the intro, you're like, this is a fucking winner right here.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the episode. I haven't seen the characters, whatever. I like this art. I like this fucking music. Let's fucking go. Dan to Dan.
Yeah, the song is called Otonoke by Creepy Nuts. Yeah.
But is it special, or is it better than Bluebird?
I don't know if I heard Bluebird's intro. I don't think I have.
Bluebird? No, it's Naruto.
Oh, okay. Sorry, you're talking about the actual song name. Which arc would it be? I know them by arcs.
I don't know. It's been so long since I've watched
Yeah.
Naruto. Let's go with more recent. What about specials?
Specials. Which one is that from?
Season 2 JJK?
Oh,
Ooh, that's a good one.
that is a good
It's
one.
It's up there like that. It's right on par. I might even give it the slight edge.
It's up there with me with Hey, What's Up People by Maximum the Hormone. It's the intro for Death Note.
That's a great one.
Yeah.
That's a great one.
Or what about Unravel? That's Tokyo Ghoul.
Ooh, that was good too. That was good.
Yeah, this
is better.
It's up there with the best of them. Trust me. It's like, it's so catchy.
Yeah.
And it changes the beat changes throughout the song. It gets like super melodic, and then goes back to like the super hard beat. It's like, it's really cool.
I love a good beat change.
Yeah.
Mhm. It works. Recommend watching it. I think it's on both Netflix and Crunchyroll.
Yeah. I think it's actually on Hulu too. I saw it on there. They're blowing it out. So
Yeah.
yeah.
There's only the only downside is there's only one episode out so far. But as me and Kronos were talking just before the cast started, we believe that on Thursday, which is what, the 10th, tomorrow, right?
Yeah. So it
Yeah.
drops on the 10th at like 10:24 a.m. in Japan. So it should be out now. I think. I may look on Crunchyroll.
That is
Yeah.
such a weird time. 10:24.
Or actually, I think it's 10:24 or 10:26, something like that. Yeah, it is a really weird time.
I swear, if someone's sitting there like it is 10:25, I swear if they're not dropping today.
Well, they are very. You have to be on time in Japan. So when they say it's like that time, that's when it's coming out. So
Mm-hmm. In subways and shit. But
Has anybody read the manga for JJK?
I have
No.
not. No.
Never mind then.
You know what's weird is
Okay.
that like so when you go to Crunchyroll like on the site, like it doesn't pop up right away, Dan, which for some reason, which is weird. This is where I watch it though. You have to like search for it. Oh, here we go.
Hmm.
Maybe it's because it's like kind of more adult-ish.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, the next one's not out yet. So
Okay.
I
Well,
know. I know there's certain shows that Crunchyroll like hides if it's too, I guess, vulgar.
yeah.
Like they hid that they have a Black Lagoon.
really?
That's not
Oh,
Like-
wow.
It's more like language than it is like
yeah.
wildly inappropriate, but they
Okay.
super hide that Black Lagoon's on there. It took me so long to find it.
Black Lagoon is such a fucking gem. I love that one quite a bit. You're right. I mean, the language is pretty off the hook, but I guess my barometer is a little off because I always go to interspecies reviewers.
Yeah.
I guess that's just where my classy mind goes. But yeah.
Bro, check us out. So Dan has a 4.9 rating on Crunchyroll with 33,000 reviews.
There you go.
So yeah,
Solid as fuck, man. Yeah, they got to just keep it up. I'm curious to see where it goes. There's obviously going to be more characters introduced. I'm along for the fucking ride.
who's the art? I wonder who's the studio for Dan because the animation is really good.
Yeah, look that up. Let the world goddamn know it.
I swear if it's Mappa. No, I know it's not Mappa.
It's not Mappa. Yeah, I started watching one that is Mappa. What
Trigger?
Hell's
Paradise?
Hell's Paradise, which we'll talk about in a little bit.
Yeah.
What's the damn? It doesn't say.
He's looking at the studio.
What studio is animating? Oh, it's called Science Saru, which I don't know who else.
I'm not
they-
familiar.
Neither am I.
Mm-mm.
Oh, I gotta look. Who is
What
the
else have they
studio?
done?
Yeah. So far, it's looking pretty dope. Oh, they did Devilman Crybaby
That was great.
and Scott Pilgrim Takes Off. So
Those were great.
yeah,
Yep,
all right.
Okay.
So yeah, solid.
They know what the fuck they're doing. Couldn't recommend this one stronger from just episode 1. Check it out. Let me mention one other quick one before we do Hell's Paradise because it's brand new and it's good to start off with fucking anime. It's spooky season, goddammit. And there is a new anime called Uzumaki that's
Yeah.
on. You've watched it?
No, but I love Jinju Ino.
Okay. This is, I watched it on Adult Swim or Cartoon Network. It's on the HBO Max app. It is creepy as all fuck. I'm going to say something that is not going to make any sense to anybody who hasn't seen this or read the manga or whatever, but spirals are odd and scary. Yes, those weird circular, symbols, whatever. This show is going to make you creeped out about spirals. That makes zero sense. Watch episode 1, then we'll talk. I will also warn you, this is the very first time I've ever watched an anime in black and white.
Mm.
And but it helps set the tone for the creepy spooky, weird rural Japan town where all this spiral horror shit is going on, and it's true horror. It's
Oh.
not like JJK or Bleach or Mob Psycho or a whole bunch of other stuff where you have monsters and demons and it's more actiony. This is some strange paranormal horror world that they live in. Go ahead.
So
Lily.
that's just his art style. Like, they finally got around to animating some of his stuff, and he is the most renowned horror artist, to the point where his animes, which are all put into one collection, they don't have names. It's just Jinju Inu collection, because he's so like legendary in how he portrays his stuff. I was actually at Barnes and Nobles last week, and I was about to pick up his entire collection, but it was so expensive. But he's like, the way that he writes his stuff is so like, it if you look into it and read it enough and actually look at look into it, actually, it makes you want to have to take a shower. Like,
Yes.
it just makes you feel gross. And it's amazing how he portrays all of his stuff. Like, I think one of the stories that he did was about a kid who was convinced that he was the moral good. And he's like, oh, they're fighting, so I'm just gonna, solve the problem by killing one of them. And basically does voodoo magic and summons kind of like a spider.
Yep.
But on the outside, like everybody else, it's just this dude looks like he just committed suicide, because it's like one of them is like a toilet, and they just look like they got killed by toilet paper.
There are some. You're absolutely right, Lily. I wasn't familiar with his work before this, but clearly he's like the king of fucking Japanese horror.
They did like
and he's got a twisted ass mind. Can you hear us, old ninja?
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Okay,
There we
good.
go.
We can hear you.
Put in
Good.
earbuds, huh?
I'm just listening to Lily's story, so I'm not trying to interrupt. So.
Oh, no worries.
They had a
Yeah,
collection.
I'm waiting on my laptop to fucking update. It looks like this might be big. I think I'm finally getting Windows 11. I don't think I updated, but
All right.
it's making me forced to do it. So it is what it is.
There was a collection by him on, I think it was Adult Swim a while back. So I
Hmm.
remember watching like
That's
one
what
of
I'm
them.
talking about.
Yeah, and it was colorized, but it was creepy. Yeah.
That must be his fucking MO. I'm gonna get familiar with his goddamn work. Yeah, I will just tell you, there's only 2 episodes out of Uzumake. Both of them are following, high school kids in a real kind of suburban or almost rural town in Japan, and they should get the fuck out of that town, because everything bad continues to fucking happen, and you're just going to be creeped out. But definitely watch it. The episodes are like 30 minutes long. I'm fucking hooked. It's on the polar opposite of Dan to Dan in terms of it's not bright and colorful and shit,
Yeah.
and doesn't have a fun intro, but pretty much equally as good in the opposite direction.
So speaking on this show, apparently there's some controversy. Apparently the studio that made the anime, they dropped them and they picked up a new one. And they said they were getting trolled or some shit like that. There's this whole article, Deadline posted an article about them, and the developers were calling them out, the animators out, and all kind of shit. It's been all over Twitter or
Shit.
Twitter X. Yeah, I was like, what the fuck are they talking about? So there's only 1 or 2 episodes out, at least it's on HBO Max. It's
Yep.
on their front page. I'm like, what the fuck is this all about? I don't know what this is. It is black and white, as they say. The very cover of the thumbnail or whatever of this fucking show is creepy already. I'm like, what the fuck is happening with this shit? So I haven't seen it yet. I just know a lot of people are talking about it already. So and Dan to Dan.
Perfect spooky season fucking episode. They timed it out really, really well. You're right. There's only 2 episodes out. Check it out. You're either going to be too creeped out to keep watching, or you're going to fucking love it. There's no in between.
All right.
It's weird. And they keep timing everything for a spooky season, I guess. So
I mean, it's
way
good
it
though.
worked out.
You know,
Yeah,
'cause
it's good.
That's the best
Christmas-
season.
I think it's a good backstop because Christmas keeps encroaching upon all the other holidays. So
Mhm.
yeah,
They put the Halloween or the
I mean-
Christmas decorations out in August or September or
Yeah.
something in Costco.
aren't you
Mhm.
wearing Lily? Are you wearing a Christmas sweater?
Shut up.
That's it.
Oh, man.
She tried to deny it. She's like, wait a minute, got
It's Lord of
caught.
the Rings, but
Mm.
it's the only Christmas sweater I have. But Spirit Halloween is opening up a Spirit Christmas.
I heard about that.
Wow. Look at
Sounds-
that.
I'm so mad. I couldn't get a year-round Halloween store, but you can get another Christmas store, another one.
Hold on.
Yep.
Did you hear that in Venezuela, they pushed Christmas to like now?
What the fuck?
Yeah, because like Maduro, like, because there's like controversy about like him actually being the president or whatever. And so what they'll do sometimes in Venezuela, if there's like any kind of like controversy or stuff like that, they'll just move Christmas up. So like it's Christmas season right now in Venezuela. It's like super
Love it.
weird. Yeah,
We need to feel better. Give me Christmas faster.
yeah.
I love it.
It's people were
Let's
just
fucking go.
people will kind of forget that the election might have been stolen, but maybe not. So yeah.
But
Knows?
present.
Who fucking knows? Holy shit. Okay. Kronos, I know you wanted to touch on Hell's Paradise, right?
Yeah. So I was talking to I'll just use a real name because nobody knows around here except for you guys. Sai, our friend, mutual friend Sai. She watches a lot of anime, and I was trying to get her to watch Dan to Dan, and she's like, "All right, but you got to watch Hell's Paradise." I was like, "All right." So I watched it. Man, this this anime is so crazy. It's not as crazy as Dan to Dan, but it's pretty close with like the randomness with it.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, like this ninja guy. What's this guy's name? Like Jin. I can't pronounce his name.
I can't remember. The
Something
one with the
Maru.
white hair, right?
Yeah, something Maru. Jinmaru. I think it's Jinmaru. But
I
he's
just-
like this badass ninja that's basically trying to die, and so it starts off with like him about to be executed, like his head chopped off, and they explain how like usually it's really hard to like chop somebody's head off because it's like there's a bunch of bones and like muscle and tendons you got to go through. And usually it takes like more than one hit, and so like as they're explaining this, like you see the this guy trying to chop the guy's head off like multiple times in the background, but they're not showing his head. And then eventually they show his neck that has a scar in it, and the guy chops down one more time and he breaks the sword in the guy's neck. And so he's just like, "Man, I'm just trying to die." He's like, "It's just so boring." Like basically he's just been trying to die. And they end up going on like some crazy quest to find like the elixir of life on this crazy island where everybody that goes to this island gets killed, and if any of them come back, they're like covered with flowers, like flowers blossom from the inside of their bodies. And so they send like a bunch of criminals to this island to get the elixir of life. And so it's just, and the criminals are all supervised by these people that specialize in executions.
Yep.
And so basically they're like these badass like samurais that are, with the criminals. And just once they get to the island, like all hell breaks loose. And you have like this weird mix of like Taoism and like Buddhism and like all these really weird like creatures, like basically anything on this island can like kill you. Like they have these really weird looking like bees that have like faces on them like people, but if they sting you, like your body will just erupt full of flowers and you'll die. And it's like, and then like later on they have like these really weird like hermaphrodite people that are like kind of like gods, and it gets even crazier. Yeah, it's a really good anime. Like it's by Mappa. That's the animation studio, so you're getting like top notch animation. And there's like brutal deaths in every episode, like really brutal deaths. So I give it a high. And it's only like 13 episodes, so yeah, I think it's on Crunchyroll or Netflix.
Yeah, definitely Crunchyroll.
Crunchyroll.
Might
yeah.
be both. Yeah,
I need to hit up the people from Demon Slayer. They're great at chopping off necks.
Oh no, these people are. I mean, the actual samurais are. They're really good at it too. Like they are so good at it. Like they gave an example of like how they're so good. Like they had one of the guys. There was a criminal that was like he was a writer, and so they had the writer read a story that he made. And in the middle of him reading the story, they chopped the guy's head off, and he still finished the end of his story because he didn't even know he was dead.
this shit is hardcore.
Yeah, they go hard.
What's the name of this again?
Hell's
Paradise. Yeah.
Hell's.
I've heard really good things. I've also heard that it's like
Oh, it is on Netflix.
Okay,
There
still-
are, is it 12?
13.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. All looks like 1, 2. Yeah, all 13 are on here.
Yeah, I'm on
That's
the
good
last
shit.
one.
Yeah, I got to catch up. I think I'm midway through it, but I concur. It's great. It's a great fucking series all the way around. Beautiful animation and shit, man. Hey, before I know we got a whole bunch to dive into, and I barely let Old Ninja, get some topics in, but I think we should kind of just out of respect mention, hey, Milton is devastating, fucking Central Florida right now.
Yeah,
Like I think it just made landfall tonight, and Tampa, Orlando, and all the places in between and kind of Central Florida are really suffering, and high fucking storm flooding and storming and all of that other stuff. A lot of tornadoes and just incredible weather. And just hope people, as many people as can, survive. But it's going to be some fucking hell on earth for them the next few days or weeks.
I've never seen a newscaster cry. I've never seen a
Oh.
weatherman cry.
oh
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, it
we're
happens.
looking at
Yeah,
we're looking at devastation on something we haven't seen in probably a while.
yeah, it's like,
For those people, really quick, for the people who are in Central Florida and trying to go to the beach and shit, people, you've been warned. Get off the fucking beaches. Go inland. Go north. Do something. Stay away from the weather. Stay off the beaches. Stay away. Basically, stay away from water and go as far north as you can. Try to save friends and family. Do something. Get yourself safe. Stop doing dumb shit.
yeah, I've seen a bunch
They
of folks
shut
that are
down
staying.
Waffle Houses.
Yeah,
Waffle House closed. They closed. Waffle House closed. You know it's time to get out.
Also, they're Florida.
I did hear something again. I don't know if it's true. Fact check me or whatever. But I saw some dumb shit about possibly Disney World staying open during this shit.
No,
And
they
I was like,
can't.
what the fuck?
That I feel like that's fake news.
I hope it's.
Disney-
I hope it.
Yeah,
it's true.
usually Disneyland's the first one to close their fucking doors when shit goes down.
I would
They're
hope
like,
so.
nope. Yeah,
I
so
would
that
hope
don't
so.
sound right. So
But
I mean,
They're,
I
talking about- sorry.
go ahead. No, go
They're
ahead.
talking about making a new category because of it, like a category 6 because of.
I get it.
Yeah.
Well, but what was that thing? I know you posted it, Kronos. Anything above the 125, 150 miles per hour winds, it's just category 5
yeah.
to
So
infinity.
yeah, it's category 5 is basically 157 miles per hour to infinity. So that's the reason why there's no category 6. But there is some validity to what Lily's saying, because if you look at all the other the categories of hurricanes, it's within like a, usually like, I think it's like 20 or 30 mile per hour wind. And so if we're seeing these more often, if you're seeing 185 miles per hour wind, me as not a meteorologist or fucking scientist or anything like that, I would find it totally appropriate if you had like a 187 miles per hour, or at least 185 miles per hour and up. Should be a category 6. So it's the same thing with like the Richter scale. Like we would never hit a category 10, like a Richter scale of 10, because
Mhm.
we just don't have a way to measure that. It'd be so catastrophic that we'd all be fucked. So yeah, it's sort of the same deal with hurricanes, but like I think if a category 5 hurricane actually hit land at category 5, like it basically looked like a whole bunch of nuclear bombs went off. Like not much would be left. So I think when it made landfall, it was like a 4 maybe, and then it quickly went down to a 3. So
Yeah, still deadly, still fucking. It got bigger too.
yeah, what's weird to me? I don't know about y'all, but obviously I don't live anywhere near where there's hurricanes, but I do track them from time to time, especially like the big ones. I haven't seen very many big ones originate from the Gulf. I thought the big ones usually came from like the Atlantic Ocean and like came up.
I agree with you. That was always
Yeah.
my impression.
And then now they're starting in the Gulf. That seems not normal. Plus, they had tornadoes and they had water spouts. Like, this is some shit like, I don't know, like they told us like about 20, 30 years ago that could happen,
No
with
shit.
climate change. So, yeah, I mean, people, they'll still deny that the climate's changing. Like, this shit did not occur when we were children. Like, not this often. We had Hurricane Andrew in like, what, 92, something like that?
Something like that.
That was the one that like changed like the landscape.
Yep.
And now we're seeing Like these two hurricanes that hit them, they were like basically Hurricane Andrews 2 in a 2 week span, which is crazy.
Yep. There's also potentially, we don't know, we'll have to track them, but there's some potentially other hurricanes brewing or tropical storms brewing that could turn into hurricanes as well. So it ain't over. It's still hurricane season.
Disney World is closed.
Oh, good.
So,
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it does make
Good.
sense that they'd be open.
That's
That's a lawsuit fucking central.
yeah, no
If
shit.
that shit
Well,
was open.
but remember though, there, just to be clear, during what was it, 2 weeks ago, Helene or whatever, there were employers that told them their staff, if you don't work, there was one plastic company that said, hey, if you don't work, you're going to get fired. And then several people died trying to escape too late. So we can't act like it never fucking happens that some employers don't do that shit.
I'm suing. I'm so suing. I'd be suing the pants out that fucking company.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
So good shit. Or terrible shit, really.
On a slightly happier note, shout out to Domino, who's probably recovering from her birthday week. I know she was doing pretty good the last couple of days, but she's really sick right now. I'm pretty sure she's just like hungover. But she's not. Yeah, she's probably so messed up. She probably most likely fell asleep. But I told her to give her a shout out because her birthday was like I think Monday or Tuesday.
Monday, I think.
Yeah, was it yesterday? Yeah. So she went pretty hard, but she's paying for it now. So welcome to being older. There you go.
She sent me some photo of her taking like Smirnoff shots. She was just like, "Oh, I had to switch to Smirnoff because they ran out of whatever her first choice was, vodka or tequila or something like that." And I was like, "God damn!"
Once you're 35, you can't be doing that shit. You take 4 drinks and that's it. You done. Anything over that, you're risking fucking internal damage or like major hangover, or just like you're gonna probably stop drinking for at least a year. So
you know you're getting old when them hangovers aren't just like one morning; they're like 2-3 days.
2 days, yeah.
Your soul hurts.
Yeah, everything hurts. That's fucking terrible. But yeah, but shout out to her. She's a very good player. We Prodigy and myself, we played her a lot. I got to give her props because myself and Prodigy, we made her literally buy games that she would normally not play, and she bought them just because we told her to, and she was a good sport about it, and she usually stuck them out. Even if she didn't like them, she still kind of stuck them out, stayed with us. We've done the same for her, actually the games that she picks out, we usually stay with it, like Monster Hunter. Even though I was a huge Monster Hunter fan, she was all about it. Her favorite game is Ghost of Tsushima. We're all about that shit. So it took us. Prodigy and I needed help to get her to play Destiny. She wasn't going to do it. We had to get someone else to convince her to do it. So she did it, and she stuck with it. Yeah, she got into it, and props to her for sticking with it. So there you go.
Good shit. God damn it. I got a question for you, Lily. Obviously, you've been watching anime. Have you been gaming? Anything you recommend in terms of like things that you've been either watching or playing or reading of late?
So there's a kids show.
Okay.
It's called The Owl House. And it's like I wouldn't say it's up there with Adventure Time. Obviously not as good as Adventure Time.
Ooh.
And in terms of quality, it sadly got canceled. And it's only like 3 seasons.
This is animated?
Yes.
Mm.
It's about this like kid who was like too rambunctious, too wild in public school. And so her mom takes the suggestion of the principal at her school to basically send her to a camp, to like a summer camp, to calm her down. I think it was called Reality Check Camp. And on their way to the bus, she ends up accidentally stumbling into the demon realm and like learns to become a witch in the demon realm. And like struggling with the fact that she can't actually do magic because she's missing an organ where witches use their magic because she's not a witch. But it's beautiful. Like season 1 is fine. Like it's good, but it's not nearly as good as like season 2 and the 3 episodes season 3 that's just an hour long for each episode. Like they heard that it was getting canceled, and just season 2 was so plot heavy. It is such an amazing show.
Where can I find this hidden gem?
Disney Plus.
Okay.
Disney Plus. All right.
Well, Prodigy's out.
Yeah, I ain't got it no more. But I'll find a way.
Yeah.
Speaking of Disney Plus, Cronus, did you watch the latest Agatha? I missed it today. I'm gonna watch it later, but
I can't. Yeah, I haven't watched it today. I'll watch it tomorrow.
That's
there's no
fine.
point.
Well, no, I was gonna say we haven't talked about the rest of the season so far. I should say.
We talked
It's-
about some of it, I thought, last week. We could talk about like the last episode.
Not really. We kind of skipped it a bit.
Did we?
So yeah,
Alright.
we kind of touched on a little bit of it, but not too much. Blue got excited about something else, and we skipped to that immediately. So
I mean, the
But
last
yeah.
one. I mean, they've all been pretty good. I mean, I've really enjoyed them. The last one, that was with like the new remix of the Witch's Ballad, which I think was charting. So
oh, it was
Yeah.
100% was charting. No, not think it was charting. So
it's pretty
that was
catchy.
crazy.
It's not dandy. It's not
Yeah.
Otonoki by Creepy Nuts, but it's pretty catchy.
Oh, it's also not Toss a Coin for Your Witcher, but pretty close. Pretty close.
Yeah. In fact, well, I don't know. Tuscarnia Witch, that shit was bad.
That was fire.
Yeah.
It was, but this one. So the thing about the Witch's Ballad is that we've had 2 episodes with 2 different versions of the same fucking song.
Yeah.
Pretty
yeah.
interesting. It's pretty interesting, but we got to see some stuff going down. Like each episode is like kind of like a callback to WandaVision, kind of, because during the road they're in different parts of like different, like I guess TV genres or like world genres maybe, like
Well,
like they go to like the I guess Desperate Housewives fucking era, then the punk rock gothic era kind of stuff.
well, they're
So-
they're literally like pieces out of the people's lives, right? Like the
Mhm.
different eras. So that's what's kind of cool about it. It's like a history of like they're all tied to like a single witch in the episode.
Hmm.
So like the last one, it was like I forget her name. It was the Asian witch. That was pretty cool because she was a singer.
Oh yeah,
And so it was a throwback
yeah.
to like the 70s or 60s maybe. But yeah.
Yeah, it might have been the 70s. I think you're right. But yeah, it's interesting because if you're not really paying attention, it's like Gordon said, each version is out of somebody's life, and each time we see an episode, we get a secret about one of the characters. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, and Aubrey Plaza came back on the last episode. So that was neat. And she had
That was
a great
interesting.
she had a great outfit. I'm just saying.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah. Actually,
Yeah.
Catherine Hahn. I mean, she's looking pretty good too. That they're
Yeah,
their
she's
costume
looking like-
designers pretty good.
Yeah, it's funny. I don't know if anyone's caught, but Catherine Hahn put out like a quick teaser trailer for tonight's episode, and like in the trailer, she hella swears. It's hella funny.
Yeah.
But she's like, "You need to watch it tonight." She's like, "Watch this right now." It's hella funny. I was like, "Damn, she didn't give a fuck." I mean, but the thing is, she owns the show, even though it is an ensemble show. It is her show, just as much as like WandaVision was. What's her name show? Elizabeth Olsen show.
Yeah.
So it's very interesting to see these two dynamics. This one I feel like is very much a dark comedy, more so than WandaVision. So
Oh yeah, it is. And there's like the heavily implied sexual tension between Rio and Agatha. Rio is
Oh, yeah.
Aubrey Plaza's character. So
100%. And then like we get a name drop. We got a big name drop. I didn't mention it last week. We got a name drop from Miss Fisto from like 2 weeks ago. Like I was watching some outtakes from She-Hulk, and the character of Madison, she kind of like described Mephisto like very quickly. Talk about how she can't give him a name and she made a deal with him. Like, oh shit, they're gonna tie this shit together. Like, we might see Madison this season. Never know.
well, I thought, I think I know who Mephisto is, but everybody thinks there's Mephisto in every goddamn season of everything in Marvel now. So I'm always kind of
that's true.
hesitant.
They are. I mean, because he is kind of like a deity, and the closest deity they had was basically Thanos.
Yeah.
I mean, they do have Thor, but like Thanos is. I feel like
Oh.
Thanos is more out there, kind of. So
Yeah, sorry. I think I know who Blackheart is because I think Blackheart's in the actual show.
Oh.
Not Mephisto.
okay, not Mephisto. Oh,
Yeah.
I feel like Mephisto will be shown this season, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. So it's been good so far. I'm really interested in seeing tonight's episode because it looks like there might be possession and a Ouija board involved. So looking to see that shit.
See, Ouija boards like mess me up because first of all, when you like go to buy a Ouija board, if like you genuinely believe in being able to commune with the dead with a Ouija board, why is it for ages 7 and up? Why do you want a 7-year-old communing with dead relatives and demons?
I mean, because
Oh.
it's not when you're buying a Ouija board from like a store like that, you're getting something that's like obviously not real, even if you believe in that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. Like it's not going to be some mass-produced thing from a company that probably contains lead that was made in China. So
Yeah. And also, one step further, if you notice that the people that make these Ouija boards are usually, was it Parker and Parker, the super famous fucking group? They make fucking Monopoly.
yeah,
So the people that make Monopolies making you Ouija boards are like, really? This is what I'm doing right now? Like, come on. It's just a ploy. I mean, I guess they're fun for, especially for now. It's creepy month season. Buy you a Parker and Parker Ouija board. However, if you go to Maria Laveau's store or some deep South or deep Louisiana shit, I highly suggest you do not buy that shit because you might be skinless by the following week. So you never know. But yeah.
It's definitely wishing for that right now. There's bees in my teeth.
What?
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
Some crackheads wishing for that right now because they've got bees in their teeth.
Okay, ma'am, what in the entire fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
You said that they were going to be skinless by next week, and I go, some crackheads wishing for that because there's bees in their teeth.
Okay,
Oh, I get it.
okay, I get it.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
That
We
was
missed
so
the whole
random. I
context.
was like, dude, what the
Yeah, I
fuck?
was like, wait, I was lost too. I was like, what is going on right now? I'm missing context. That's some good shit. We lost Prodigy. I need
that's gonna be the name of this podcast. Bees in your teeth.
Bees in teeth. I need Prodigy to answer me some questions here. He's left some shit on here. He hasn't been around, but I need answers. But I'll wait for him to come back. So.
Oh, if there was like a record scratch, I'd have been like right there. What?
Yeah. Hey, with your new AI, I'm sure you can add that on there. Should be cool. You had some stuff about Bleach. What's this? Did you already talk about this?
No, I didn't. We've gone pretty heavy into anime, but yeah. So I'll just go over real quick. So Bleach, 1,000-Year Blood War came back. It's like the season maybe 3, I think, sort of. I don't know. They do seasons weird now. I'm used to just Japan just doing like all of them in no seasons, but it came back after a break. It's kind of peak Bleach right now, to be honest with you. They've gone back to like what they're really good at, and they're sticking with it. So it's the whole 1,000-Year Blood War has been quite good. People are getting new powers. People are being badasses. People die ruthlessly. So if you're a Bleach fan, check that out. Another one that came back, which is kind of a lesser known one, is that Sword Art Online, the alternative. It's called like Gun Gale Online, came back as well this week. If you're familiar with it, it's the one where it's like a shooter, and there's a character named Len who's like a tiny character that has a FNP90 as a weapon. So it's pretty dope.
Wait, are you talking about an anime or a game?
Anime.
Oh, okay.
Sword Art Online America.
Yeah, it'll be this school shooter edition.
God dang.
Oh, sorry, Jesus Christ, just drank something.
Ruthless.
We almost got a spit take.
That's ruthless. Ruthless. This American edition of Bleach. Okay, I see. Damn, he's not back yet. I need answers to some of this shit.
Send him I would say send him a text, but his phone's there.
Oh, yeah. He's probably taking a nice healthy one. So
Nice healthy one. There you go.
Yeah, nice healthy one. Oh, I guess he went. We talked. This is what we talked about last week. Was Astrobot? I think he wanted to add something to it, but was there anything you need to ask for? Or did we already cover that shit?
No, I'm good. I mean, I'll get the game eventually, but I've been playing another game. It's called what the hell is this thing called?
Warhammer.
No, I need to get back to Warhammer. I've been playing Nova Drift on my Steam Deck.
The
A
fuck?
lot. Yeah, it's like basically it's one of those top down like it looks like a twin stick shooter from like back in the day. But it's not twin stick. It's only one stick. You have to use like a thruster to move around and shit. But basically it's a rogues like top down like space shooter game. And I've never played anything like it, and it's so much fucking fun. And I think some of the best rogues like games are games where you can get really far in it, and then the next run you die super early. That's how you know it's a good one, because like they
That
kind
sounds
of
like
Go ahead.
torture. But
no, they're fun, man. Like I have like this. My favorite build in the game is like my ship can turn into like a carrier, so we have a bunch of drones like flying around and shit. And it's just like you can like really. There's like so many different variables you can do in the game, so many different upgrades to like build like exactly what you want. Like they have certain builds that are like you can like just ram ships with your guns and like with your ship. You can have other ones where you can basically turn invisible. You have other ones where you're like heavy artillery. So it's a lot of fun. It just came out of I think beta and it was on sale on Steam. So if you have a Steam Deck
oh,
or
shit.
if you're a PC gamer, like pick up was it Nova Drift? I highly recommend, especially if you like shooters, space shooters, and roguelike games. It's like a perfect blend of both of those things.
But you said it's in beta?
It just came out of beta, or
Oh, okay.
yeah, or it just came out of early access. Sorry.
Oh, so okay. So is it a full release or like a limited release
No,
or
it's
something?
it's for release. Yeah, it's full game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. It's funny because what you described is what I'm kind of waiting for. It's on Steam right now,
Mhm.
but it's a jump ship. I've been talking about it for like the last month and a half. It's
Yeah.
supposed to go. It's supposed to come to the consoles like soon. I want to say next month, maybe December. I've been talking to B Boy. What's up, B Boy? Happy Father's Day. I hope you're getting some sleep out there.
Happy
But
Father's
yeah,
Day.
we've
What the
been.
fuck? It's far out of
Well,
Father's Day.
it's just it's not Father's Day yet, but he's like a new dad, so
Yeah,
just
yeah.
put that out there. So, but we've been waiting on this game because I told him I really want this game because I really like basically games that are like Starfield and Star Wars Outlaws, where you're able to get on your ship, kind of customize your ship, then get down and like literally shoot people to death and shit.
Yeah.
So those games give me that. So Jump Ship is with 4 people. So I'm able to get in this ship with 4 people and fucking cause havoc across pirates and asteroids and planets and shit. So it's supposed to be coming to I think I think PS5 like real soon. It's on. I think it got a full release just recently on Steam, but I'm waiting on this shit. I'm waiting for this shit with bated breath. So,
Yeah, I remember hearing about the game like a while back, and yeah, it did look really interesting.
yeah, I can't wait. But it's supposed to be. It will hit consoles. I think before the end of the year or by the end of the year, something like that. They'll probably push it till January, which is fine with me. I'll be fine with it.
Just says at some point in
Um,
2024.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
so that means they're gonna push it to 2025, which is fine. I'm
Yeah,
fine
it's
with that.
so what's cool about the game is that basically you have like a jump ship. So they have like literal ship ship gameplay, like gunfight, not gunfight, what the fuck you call it? Like dog fights. And then you
Mhm.
have like your crew, and then you can land, and then it's like a first person shooter. Like a legit first person shooter. So
It's third person shooter from what I saw. I think you can change, to be honest.
I think
you
it
can change from
changed,
third to
'cause-
first and third.
can you? It says FPS.
I believe so.
So
Okay.
it
It
says the
looks
part.
like you can change, but either way.
Yeah,
So,
there we go. There you got them.
okay.
Oh yeah, I think maybe you can. I don't know. It says FPS, so
Yeah, but I'm like, dude, this looks fucking. It looks amazing because you have one person who pilots the ship, and the rest of the crew has to maintain the ship. And if you get boarded, they have to like fucking. The person still has to fly, shoot down enemy ship, but everyone else has to defend the ship
yeah.
before they take down systems. You gotta fucking shoot them up.
And you have
It's
to like
fucking great.
you have to like repair your ship, like legit repair your ship, like put out the fucking
Mhm.
fires, like repair fucking systems and
Mhm.
shit, like puzzles.
Mhm.
So yeah,
I can't wait. I'm all for it. And you get to upgrade your ship and your characters. You get to fucking plunder. I guess you can join like a league or some shit. Like hella shit. I'm like, dude, I'm fucking down. I mean, I know all of you who have probably played something similar like Eververse or what's the Elite Dangerous or some shit like that, or even if you played that fucking Vaporware fucking I'm not gonna say Star Citizen. What's the one?
it is
Rogue
Star
66
it is Star
or something?
Citizen, isn't it?
No.
That's
They
what
have the
it's-
spin-off game.
But that's
Yeah,
what it's
I know,
based
but they have
on.
this-
Yeah,
Yeah, it is. So the spin-off game is the first-person shooter shit that's part of Star Citizen. I think it's Rogue 66 or some shit like that. But anyway, shit like that. I know those have been out for a while, but this is that new shit. It's
Squadron
supposed to be streamlined.
Squadron 42.
Squadron 4, yeah. There you go. I knew there's some shit like that. Now it's funny because if you look at Squadron 42, the cast of the game is like almost A-list fucking actors. It's like 8 of them or
I
something.
mean, that's just at this point, it's just being NFT sold by Donald Trump, as far as I'm concerned, because this fucking game is never coming out.
Dang.
It's gotten
Yeah.
like millions upon millions of dollars from Kickstarter.
I want to say 60 million or more,
Yeah,
maybe 100
I
million.
think it was like I think it's more than 100. I want to
Sure.
say it's approaching like a ridiculous number, but let me see.
I bet you. I wouldn't be. I would not be surprised if it is. I would 100%. I wouldn't be surprised if it's 700 million. I
Yeah,
would. I would totally believe it.
so
It's been 10 years, right?
it's a total of 644 million dollars.
There we go. There we go.
Oh no, it
I knew it
pushes.
was
Oh,
something.
sorry, it's now through $700 million.
There we go. I knew it was something like that. I
Yeah.
could have sworn I saw that updated.
So
But yeah, and it's still not officially released.
fucking bullshit.
That's fucking hilarious.
This shit was a
Uh,
Kickstarter in 2013. That's when the Kickstarter
Mhm.
started. Bro, this is 11 years later.
Mhm.
Anyway, you want to talk Prodigy about some shit? I'm gonna
Yes,
grab another thing.
Prodigy. I need to. You put on here on this list some shit. I need clarification on. You put on some controversy about fucking Beetlejuice and Tim Burton. What the fuck is this about?
Yeah,
Fuck
so
you.
yeah, I'm glad you brought that one up. The Beetlejuice controversy, this is from a few weeks back. It was really about Tim Burton, and Tim Burton has been kind of infamous of late for talking about the fact that basically black character. I'm paraphrasing, but black characters didn't fit his aesthetic in any of his movies. And he's obviously had a career since the mid to late '80s up until current.
I want to say early '80s because he wasn't known until mid '80s.
Yeah. So obviously that's really controversial. I don't agree with that stance whatsoever, especially when one of his big movies from the '80s, going back to Beetlejuice with Michael Keaton, had this infamous scene with a whole bunch of singing and dancing with Deo, the famous Harry Belafonte song, playing and being in it. But yeah, it's disappointing. It makes it very clear that he don't need my money for no Beetlejuice 2, as much as I like the very first one from when I was a kid. And if black characters can ruin your various movies or the aesthetic of your movies, then in a lot of ways, just fuck you. That's just some wildly racist and inappropriate shit. But that was the controversy. I wanted to bring it up and see what you guys, if you'd seen it or heard about it or what.
I've heard very, very little about it, and I feel like it's just from like angry people that felt like they belonged in his movies. And it's like, well, sorry, I already hired people. I'm not 100% sure about any of this shit. I know that he's usually overall he's usually a gothic style fucking director, right? Is that overly agreeable or yes or no?
I mean, yeah,
Oh.
I would say
So move on.
it's sorta like
So
weirdly
with that
weird fantasy, but yeah, like his
yeah.
own
So
style.
with that aesthetic, how many of us are in that type of subgenre?
There's a lot.
I mean,
actually.
I know you're gonna say The Craft and yes, The Crow, but like overall,
I'm
is
talking
there
about-
really a lot of us?
Well, in real life, I've seen people that are like that. Yeah, I have.
I have to, but not
But
a lot of
it's
us.
also they're acting. Okay, like
Yeah,
like I
With-
don't think that what's his name, the guy that always hires, he's not a goth guy. Like
Guy
you
always
know,
hired.
what's the guy's fucking name? The guy got screwed over by his wife.
oh, you're talking about Johnny Depp?
Johnny Depp, yeah, like he's not goth. Like he's acting in a role as like a goth character. So
Mm.
you know,
He's pretty alternative.
he's alternative, but you know what I'm saying? Like they're actors. They can act like something else. That's the whole point of being an actor.
In some cases, yeah. I mean, can you see Vin Diesel in a Tim Burton movie? I don't see it.
Well,
Oh my god, that would be hilarious.
Well,
but let's be clear. If you did see it, let's say instead of Winona Ryder, you saw a black woman as a character in a movie, it wouldn't ruin the fucking movie. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you had Zazie Beetz,
yeah.
instead of Winona in one of those, would that ruin the fucking movie?
Well, let me
I don't
just.
think so.
I think this is kind of. Oh, Ninja, I want you to think about it this way. if you're saying that I couldn't imagine somebody black being in his movies, what is that more indicative of? Like,
I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying look
well, no,
at
well,
where
you
he's
said a
from.
second ago.
But
You where do you see Vin Diesel in any of his movies? The reason why you're saying that
yeah,
is because only white people are in his movies. I don't think it's the other
what
way around.
in Vin Diesel movies or Tim Burton movies?
Tim Burton movies because he only
Oh.
because he focuses on like white people shit. So that's the reason why you can't imagine seeing somebody brown in his movies because he doesn't hire anybody brown in his fucking movies,
Except for Jenna Ortega.
bruh. She's pretty white passing. Let's just be honest.
She's still a brown person.
He found
okay, but
he
hold on.
found the fairest skin brown person that he could possibly find.
And
Oh.
as we mentioned at the beginning of this, he's been doing movies since the early to mid '80s, and it's 2024 now.
So I was about to say, I don't know if y'all know. I didn't know this, but he directed Pee Wee's Big Adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like,
So-
what the fuck?
It's really disappointing to me. And again, I've liked a whole lot of his movies, some more than others, but he's done some ones that have been really, really enjoyable.
Yeah, and he was also the one that set the precedent for Harvey Dent. He changed Harvey Dent to a black person. Like ever since Billy D was Harvey Dent, everyone else made everyone else made Harvey Dent black for the most part. So
Harvey
it's
Dent.
kind of weird. Harvey
Yeah,
Dent, Two Face.
in the
Yeah.
89 Batman. But what I worry about though, Old Ninja, was that just one token hiring in one movie out of a collection of 20 plus? And it sounds like from his own words, I'm paraphrasing here, they don't fit his aesthetic. He doesn't see the point of having anybody black for the most part in most of his movies, 99%, 98% of his movies. That's some wild shit to say in 2024.
Yeah, I don't know. I need to see more. I wasn't really too in depth in it. I thought it was just like angry people on like online saying, "Oh, this is some bullshit." But I wouldn't be surprised if they paraphrased him and just made it into their own words. I have no idea. I didn't research this. I'm not that invested in it as well. So
I have read some of the articles. They seem legit. If I'm misparaphrasing, obviously let me know or whatever. But I don't think I am. And I think where there's smoke, there's probably fire. Now I'm sure he's not yelling it from the top of a billboard on a big ass bullhorn or whatever all the time because he's got a new movie that's about to be out or already is out.
What
But
movie?
that's the Beetlejuice 2, right?
Oh yes, that's
right,
already
yeah,
on.
that's
It's
been
already
out.
on home video.
Yeah.
yeah,
So, I mean, I'm sure he wants to do as well as he can with that, but it's just a weird. That's the controversy. That's the weird look, like
It is weird to say
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
And you've had plenty of black directors, Jordan Peele, and obviously Spike Lee, and a whole bunch of others who have never said anything close to white actors don't fit my aesthetic in any of my movies. And you never heard no wild shit like that. Not for all movies that I make.
I'm about to say I'm pretty sure one of them has said that shit.
You
So
look
they
it up.
only
Then.
wanna hire-
You find me that quote then.
Yeah, hang on. Hey, where's this fucking dumb shit? Yeah, it's because I know there's, especially in the '90s, very politically charged, and I wouldn't be surprised if someone says some shit like
Yeah,
that.
in the '90s though, the '90s was fucking tame compared to now. Like people didn't say, "Well,
Oh yeah,
like
with the
Especially-
advent of online fucking boards, people say shit with complete anonymity, and they just go away to the little hidey hole and let their shit stay out there in the ether.
well, especially a black
Until someone
director.
finds them.
Like you wouldn't see a black director in the '90s talk like that because they wouldn't have a job anymore. Like,
Yep.
Mhm.
I mean,
anywho,
that's pretty much it, And I'll even say this with what was it, John Singleton or whatever. I remember Higher Learning he did. Obviously there were quite a few white characters on that college campus.
He had hella people. He had Cole Hauser, Christy
Yeah.
Swanson.
Yeah.
But then he had Regina King, Ice Cube, Busta Rhymes. He had Cole Hauser and shit. He had all kind of people because it was about his life in college. So
Yeah. So to not have the imagination to see anybody else is weird as fuck.
Like it's definitely saying more about his directing style and his art style than it is anything else. It's like if you can't branch out, not like branch out, but if you can't write a story that the appearance of the character matters that much.
Oh, you know who's apparently someone has said this. Someone very recent has said this, and it's been quoted. Apparently, Jordan Peele has said he said that he doesn't see himself casting white actors in the lead roles of his movies.
Now, but listen to that quote real carefully. Lead role versus in the movies.
Yeah, I'm reading the rest of his quote. I mean, yeah, he says he's in a fortunate position to hire black people in his movies to tell black stories.
But if you look at Get Out, you can't tell me that Get Out didn't have 3 or 4 white characters in that movie. Like, it wasn't an all black movie. Like, and it's not like he has some reputation of never having anybody who's non-black, excluded from his movies. That's not the same thing. I'm sorry.
I know it's not the same thing, but like with that aesthetic, I brought up, like I said, Batman. I mean, yes, there's only one person of color in this film, but he did have one, a very famous one as well. So
that's not saying much, though, man.
Yeah, you sound like you doubling down on the defense of shit.
I'm playing devil's advocate here.
I think you're a Tim Burton apologist, is what you're doing.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Yeah,
that's all bad.
And don't get me wrong. I grew up liking, Edward Scissorhands and Beetlejuice and a whole bunch of Batman and a whole bunch of his movies.
Prodigy, Edward Scissorhands, he was wearing black, and he had black eyeliner. I'm just saying.
Damn.
Therefore.
He said therefore QED. Like, God dang.
Yeah, we'll fucking see, man. I don't know. Where else you want to go? You were saying, Old Ninja, or are you still looking up Tim Burton and apology stuff?
Oh no, I got more. There's something else you put on here. We talked about this last week. I know you put this on here. We'll get your take on it because I don't want to just take it off without getting your input. Because you want to put it on here. Was the whole Brazil versus Elon? Like, I haven't really been following this. I know Cronus was following this. He literally broke it down very, very lightly. But I know you put this on there. This is all you.
There's more.
On you.
There's more Elon shit that we'll get to at the end after what he has to say, because there's some just
go ahead.
Yeah, I guess this is from a few weeks back. My bad. I should have come back to it. But yeah, I mean, Elon had a fucking tissy fit with the whole state of Brazil. Brazil's a big ass fucking country. For those who aren't fully fucking aware, it's like definitely in the top 10 of most populous countries on the fucking planet, and they had a falling out that removed Twitter from all of Brazil for several weeks, if not months. I did see something about them possibly getting back on now, but it was all about the fact that Elon wouldn't back down when the courts in Brazil. How did they put it, Kronos? The courts told him to. I think it was.
They need to have a representative for Twitter in Brazil, and he was like, "Nah, that ain't me." And he's like, "They're like, okay, then nah, Twitter ain't us." So, yeah, like these, it's very common if you are a large corporation to have a representative legally anyway in the states that you or in the countries that you operate in. Like it's pretty common. Like you have to go through all these regulations and shit like that. Like if you work for large corporations, going through that compliance bullshit every goddamn year is annoying. These are one of the reasons why. Like you have to be compliant towards the country that you're in. And if you are not compliant, which Twitter wasn't, because they asked him to do specific things, and guess what? They didn't have a liaison to go through to get these things done. And so that was one of the major problems. So yeah. Anyway, keep going.
But yeah, he got warnings, and Elon gave the double middle finger and said, "Fuck you! I'm not doing shit. You suck my dick. You ain't gonna force me to do shit." And then it just got removed from over 200 million potential Twitter users in fucking Brazil. Like craziness. They talk about like throwing out the baby with the bathwater, or cutting off your nose to spite your face, all that other fucking cliche shit. It was a very reasonable request that everybody else would adhere to, and he just said, "Fuck you, I'm not doing it." And it's part of a larger set of decisions by this maniac. Like, he overpaid for Twitter by billions of dollars. It's lost value since he's owned it. And he keeps, doubling and tripling down on shit tier decisions that don't help Twitter at all. I mean, that's the bottom line with it. Now, it may be back on now, but it would have to be from him giving in. And I don't know if that's how you guys captured it or summarized it or whatever last week, but that's my take.
Yeah, no, it was pretty close to what I was saying. But yeah, the valuations is, I don't know, when did he buy it? In like 2021, I think.
2021, 22, something like that.
Yeah, I got to look and see when he bought it, but because I'm pretty sure that it was valued at like $61 billion in February 25th of 2021, and right now it's valued at $38 billion.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's almost half of the valuation. I got to look up and see like when he bought it.
Yeah, but it's all bad. Coupled with the fact that allegedly,
That was in April.
oh, there you go. But allegedly, Geico and some other major insurances possibly aren't insuring the shitty ass Cybertruck anymore.
Yeah, that was
So-
hilarious. Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
I don't think I've ever seen
Yes.
a word built car.
So this is saying Bloomberg is saying Elon bought Twitter for 44 billion.
Yes.
It's lost 19 billion in value.
Yeah, and when they say that he bought Twitter, like he got a bank loan to buy Twitter.
hmm
So, yeah, and those banks are on the hook for that valuation. So, yeah, if y'all didn't know, this whole thing about like buy, borrow, die. So most rich folks, they don't actually use their own money to buy anything. They just get a loan because the loans are tax free.
Mm-hmm.
71% downgrade.
Yeah. I mean, it's been a shit show.
Value X has fallen 71% since most bought it. This is printed early this year, second week of this year.
It's
Or
not
no,
all good.
second day of this year. Damn.
It's not all good. And don't get me wrong. I mean, I like Twitter, but here's the other thing: like most normal human beings, I'm not fucking paying for Twitter for shit. Like,
No, and they keep trying to get
why
people to
would
pay
you?
for it. And it's like, no.
Why?
I'm
dude.
not clicking on any of those dumbass ads that they keep trying to overpump or promote. I'm not paying
So
for any premium bullshit. You can kiss my fucking ass from here to across the street. I'm not doing it. Get
So
somebody else. to-
only the blue checkmark people have bought Twitter, and they seem to, as Cronus has alluded to, follow a certain pattern. I had to do a little research, and so far it's been like 98% correct. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll even say this too. Like, it actually works much worse than before when he bought it. Like,
Oh, yeah,
just in terms
100%.
of being able to post stuff and okay, did it post or why isn't it refreshing? Like,
yeah,
simple
you gotta
shit.
wait. You gotta
Like-
wait for it to post.
It's one of the most janky ass free apps in the fucking history of the world. Like, it's gotten
Yeah,
worse.
you gotta. Yeah, there's a lot of things you have to wait for updates and shit, and they're focusing on implementing new shit instead of stabilizing the shit they got.
Yeah, like they added in like what Twitter Spaces, and it doesn't work. Like it's famously hasn't worked in like two of the biggest like Twitter Spaces of all time. It's like one with Donald Trump, and the other was with somebody else. I forget who the fuck it was. Probably some other right wing person, but it was like broken both times, and it's just like, oh, it was Ron DeSantis.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Oh,
and it's like
no wonder.
stop trying to add in features and just make Twitter usable again.
Work and make it work.
Yeah,
That's all.
It's-
Take
Nobody-
a page off of Facebook. Make Twitter great again.
yeah, like for real.
Oh,
Like got to target it.
yeah.
But it's like we go to Twitter to tweet. We don't go to Twitter to hold a conference call or go to some AI grok bullshit.
Yeah.
There's other things that do it better.
Ooh.
Like what Twitter does really good? Tweets.
And Fuda porn.
Yeah.
Really, really good Fuda porn. Right.
Oh,
we
yeah,
had a
speaking of
conversation about
it,
Fuda last week.
Yeah,
It
we
does
did.
put
It was
fun
hella
for
funny.
me, so.
Oh, well, the funny thing to me is that now Twitter allows full-length movies, but you got to go through some weird roundabout way to get it on there. But it holds it.
Fucker, we
It's
already
just
got YouTube, we got Netflix, we got Amazon. Like get the fuck out of here. Like nobody
Yeah.
asked me
No,
for
I'm
those
saying-
features.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, why are you doing this? I mean, the only reason why people want movies for Twitter is for fucking porn. For no
That's
other
it.
reason. Oh,
There's
and
no-
murder
there's-
and murder shit. If you want to
But
see
there's
people
already-
get killed.
But there's already porn websites. Like, this is so dumb.
Mhm.
I would keep saying it. Elon Musk is fucking stupid.
Mhm.
He's not a genius. He's a dumbass with a lot of money. That's all he has.
A lot of money.
Is a bunch of money. Like, he doesn't actually know how to run a company well. He doesn't. He doesn't know how a company like actually is supposed to operate. He doesn't understand like basic like financial shit because he has so much goddamn money. You know, he just gets away with it. People just think he's so smart because he has so much money. Money does not mean intellect. It doesn't. Tell me the patents. What patents has Elon Musk created?
But the other thing is, for all of his companies, he gets in his own fucking way. Like, he'll just say some shit, and a wide portion of millions of people will be like, "God damn, that was out of pocket," or "That was fucking wild and wrong and conspiracy theory bullshit."
Or
And
or
people
other
will start
people like,
thinking,
yeah,
like,
he's right.
do I want to buy a car or invest in, someone who says weird fucking foul ass shit?
He's literally the reason why Tesla isn't doing as well as it could because people
Yep.
literally don't want to buy the cars because he owns the company.
That and the Cybertruck is
Ah,
the built vehicle I've
damn.
ever fucking seen.
Well, that's because
True.
he's the one who designed it like a child.
Dude.
it looks like shit.
For some reason.
And
For
people
some
bought
reason,
it. They didn't give a fuck.
dude, I was on my way to a concert festival and I saw a Cybertruck and I almost drove home because I was like, my day's fucking ruined. But like,
God.
when you go to plug in a Cybertruck, first of all, sometimes it'll just get stuck and you have to break part of your trunk to unstick it. And when you plug it in, it pulls electrical currents through the panels on the outside of the car.
Damn, what?
Like, there's electricity running through the stainless steel panels when you plug in the Cybertruck.
That doesn't sound right.
Are
It
you-
should.
Wow. Let me look that up. Good.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't plan on opening this. I'd rather own a Rivian than a Cybertruck.
Oh,
So,
100%.
I see more of them per day. Very weird. But
I just love that
Ah.
Rivians look like they were like they're just Baymax. They just look like Baymax. Like,
That's great.
yeah, it looks like Twitter went from 44 billion to 9.4 billion as X. God dang.
You
That's-
talk about
that's-
one. That's one of the greatest finessing of all time. Like, here, you want to overpay for my free app? Here you go. Like, fine, take it, ruin it. Give me all them billions of dollars. You know what I mean? What's his name?
Yeah.
Jack Dorsey?
All of them. It wasn't just Jack. Like, all of them literally went on vacation after he paid them.
Hell yeah. Buying islands and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck?
I don't know,
That's-
So fucking weird.
people buy islands. The last guy that did, kind of a lot of fucked up shit happened on that island.
Hey, people buy islands all the time, especially people from the Middle East. They buy little fucking islands. Fucking Nick Cage bought an island, named it after his fucking Beyonce. So
I love that Nick Cage's son looks like a Marilyn Manson stan.
Oh shit!
ooh.
I haven't. Is he all grown up now, or the son?
I mean- Probably that picture was taken like what, 10 years ago?
Ah, goddamn.
No idea. No idea. I didn't know he had a son. Actually, I forgot he has a couple of kids, if I'm not mistaken.
I only
But
know about
it is what it is.
one.
I know Elon's got a bunch of kids, and I just found out that Elon's dad isn't dead. And in fact, Elon hates his dad. He says his dad's a horrible person. I'm like, I wonder where he got that
That's the
from.
problem. He's got daddy issues. He's compensating.
Mhm.
Maybe.
Well, he's also a father who has a lot of kids, and plenty of his adult kids do not speak to him, which is never a good sign.
Never. Good time.
Okay, so Jesus, Lily, I had to like look this up. I had to do some investigations. All right, so there's a video you probably saw, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that video was because a person who they wired their own panel for charging, and they had the ground on the wrong side, and so that's why it went through the. Yeah, it wasn't like the fault of Tesla; it was the fault of some idiot who wired his charging station wrong. So
Mm-mm.
Okay.
God,
I was gonna say
goddamn
that's,
Honest-
otters.
Wholeheartedly believed it because so many other things have been going wrong with this truck.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah, there
yeah,
are
he,
issues.
yeah, he put his L1 on the voltage instead of ground, so that's why it did that. Because yeah, that's bad.
It is bad. All bad.
I think that's some
Did
crazy shit.
y'all see? There's some solid ass reviews for this. I'm gonna call it Persona 6, even though it's not Persona 6.
The
What-
Mephisto fan, what is it called? Some weird, crazy name.
It's some
Majestic.
very JRPG-ish
Yeah.
game. It's by Atlas. Hold on, look up the goddamn.
What the fuck is the name of this thing?
Yeah, Kronos, look up the name. It's like a hard Atlas. It looks like Persona though. It looks exactly like
Yeah.
Persona 5, 6, or whatever.
I'm looking it up. Yeah, it's like the name is very fantastical. Like,
It's a cultural.
Very cultural, very JRPG. And the Persona games are, if you haven't played any of them, it's basically a RPG anime. And I mean, they have actual cutscenes that look like the anime.
it's
Is
called
it Metaphor?
Yeah, Metaphor
Okay.
Refantasio.
See? Love it.
What
Yeah.
the fuck?
I mean, the reviews look solid, man. I like a good JRPG. I might fuck with it at some point. You know?
Maybe hire a different marketing guy, because that title is so bad.
It's
How
Japanese. Don't
dare
give a
you.
shit. It sounds
Yeah,
fantastic.
how dare you?
Yeah.
In Tokyo, that hit all the focus groups
Yeah.
real well. Like they
was all
said,
like,
this is a
"Nani?"
banger.
This looks like a fucking anime. What the fuck?
Yeah, that's how all the Persona. Like, if you're not familiar, Persona games are basically an anime as a JRPG. They will have
Yeah,
scenes
I don't
in
play
the anime.
Persona. Like both Nintendo, Xbox, and I think PlayStation, they all have different personas, or all the personas, depending. And I was just like, oh yeah, see, October 11th. So this is out in 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
So this is going to be an amazing day for Persona 5 fans because of Metaphor. That's fucking funny.
Look,
Hilarious.
everybody who's played the Persona series, especially they came out with like Persona 3 remake, and then a couple years back, Persona 5 and all of that. They're gonna flock to this one because it looks like it's right in the same fucking genre and looking like a very similar game, like almost like a spiritual successor. And I haven't even seen nothing but the trailer. You know what I mean? But
Dude, this trailer's different trailers are anywhere or more than 10 plus minutes each one.
Yeah.
They're 10 or 10 to 14 minutes.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck?
I mean, look, if they got a Turbo Granny in there stealing weenies, that's it. Take my $70. I'm down.
Jeez, that's a bit much.
No, you got to see the Dan to Dan. You know?
Yeah, they're just
Yeah,
making
I've
a
seen
Dan to Dan anime. Dan to Dan JRPG. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably coming.
Gotta be getting them
Probably
bananas, bro.
coming.
Nate Dan is going wild right now.
Ooh, my goodness.
Did you also see? I saw really quickly earlier today some solid ass reviews for a new Dragon Ball game. Is that a fight? I don't know if it was a fighter or a JRPG. Anybody see this?
It's a fighter, and it's apparently this game has more concurrent players than Street Fighter and what's the other one? There's another fighting game that's super popular. Yes, Tekken 8. They like surpassed. It had both their numbers combined, and then some. I'm like, what the fuck? Apparently, and there's also controversy with this fucking game. Like, when the fuck did games start having fucking controversy? This is driving me fucking crazy. Like, what the fuck?
I mean,
why are you guys all tripping about fucking games?
Games have had controversy from like the jump. I remember, I think the first Mortal Kombat. Even before that though, the first Metroid game was controversial because everybody thought that the main character was a dude.
That's true, but how those are? I feel like those are famous, but like out of Metroid, what other games had other fucking controvery? Like what else? There's
a lot. There's a lot. I think it just
maybe I just wasn't giving a fucking or something. But I remember Metroid had some shit, but like Super Mario, I remember that had some shit. I guess Super Mario 2 had some shit, but everything else, like everyone was playing, they didn't give a fuck. Everyone kept trying to play how to cheat those fucking games.
Super Mario 2 is not a Super Mario game. That's why that was controversial.
Yeah, I mean that was a controversial one.
It's Doki Doki Panic with a skin on it.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, I mean, just off the top of my head, Doom, had controversy.
Shit, Wolfenstein
know?
did too with all the Nazi shit. I mean,
Yeah,
you're killing Nazis though.
Wolfenstein.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
well,
yeah,
you're killing
Wolfenstein.
Nazis. How's their controversy?
I mean, if you're a Nazi, that's a huge problem.
Holy shit! Oh my god! I mean, yes, but I mean, everyone should be fighting Nazis. Is that right? I guess nowadays,
Hey,
no.
bruh, this is America.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I can't. That's why I can't wait for the new Indiana Jones, because the first thing you know he's gonna do, he's gonna punch a Nazi in the face, because that's what he
Well,
does.
Rewind the clock a little bit, or rewind the tape, goddammit. Because when we were talking about Wolfenstein back on the PS4 era on this show, during that time we talked about the controversy of people being like, well, do they really have to kill all the Nazis and all that? We talked about the fact that get the fuck out of here. That is exactly what Wolfenstein has always been. That's the whole point of Wolfenstein. Like, there was a whole bunch, rewind that fucking tape. There was a whole bunch of controversy about people being Nazi sympathetic and saying that this was unfair and too political. I remember hearing that
Yeah,
bullshit.
too political. Yeah.
I remember that shit. What I do remember, you remember, there's a movie by, I think it was produced by J.J. Abrams, and it was literally about Nazis and zombies. It was called Overlord. It's
I
on
remember that
Hulu
one.
right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
So that one, I was like, what? I didn't know what I was going to see. I thought it was going to be like another ripoff of Tuskegee Airmen, kind of. The
Nah.
cast is multicultural. Watching this shit, I was like, I didn't know there's going to be fucking Nazis in here. And it's all about them trying to survive and shut down their Nazi fucking experiment. And I didn't know at the time, because I didn't know who the fuck he was, but it's fucking Wyatt Russell was like the main dude.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just him. On the cover was a black dude. I mean, yes, he's kind of the main star as well. They're like co-stars, but Wyatt Russell sacrifices himself to finish the mission. I was like, what the fuck? This movie was something else. I thoroughly enjoyed the movie though, because it was really about them taking down Nazis and their fucking horrible zombie experiment.
Other controversies in games, when GTA 3 dropped, this is on the PS2 era, being able to honk your horn, get a hooker, do the business, kill the hooker afterwards, and then take the money back.
Yep.
Boy, I remember that controversy like it was fucking yesterday.
Yeah, that's what I call
was huge.
That's what I call a closed economy.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember a little bit. So the one I remember was GTA Grand San Andreas, where the controversy was about the hot coffee.
Hot coffee,
Yeah, and then the 2-player mode, because that was like that was super myth, and everyone was like, no, it's real, and I'm like, let me see this. And we got to that point. You have to get halfway to the fucking game to play as CJ's girlfriend, but yeah, it had fucking 2-player mode. I was like, what the fuck? This is fucking weird. But
hot coffee yeah. And also like just the general ESRB being created for video games. That was hugely controversial. People thought that, just like D&D is all about the devil, shit like that. People are just crazy about something that's new that people like to do. Just some sorts of people, they just don't like people enjoying themselves. Like they just really don't.
Especially when those people are teenagers or kids, or it skews towards the youth.
Yeah, that's why now when like people want to, in my generation, start kind of poo-pooing like the new generations, I'm like, can you like shut the fuck up? We sound like our parents. Like for real, like shut up. Like we all complained about when we were kids. Let them do their thing. I don't give a shit about all the new slang. Like we had all our slang too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They all said the same thing.
I try not to give too much slack about the slang. I just make fun of it because I'm like, to me, it doesn't make sense. I'm like, I sound like my fucking parents, but I'm like, you know what? This is your thing. This is your time. By the time you're older, you'll be saying something completely fucking different. So right now, I'm just trying to get into it so I know what the fuck they're talking about, making sure I'm not talking about weird shit that I need to know. Like they're not talking coded language in front of me. I need to know what the fuck y'all talking
about. You're out of the loop. I'm talking about skibidis and shit.
Kinda. You damn right. You damn right. I need to know.
Here's what pisses me off with some of the new slang. Obviously, I got a 14-year-old teenager and shit. I'm mad that none of the slang I hear is anything like Batman Beyond. And this is the perfect time for it to be Batman Beyond's fucking slang and shit. Like
Prodigy, you got to be honest though. Batman Beyond, they actually had a decent society. Like we ain't got fucking flying cars and shit.
I know. Like, god damn it,
Yeah, we don't have teleporters and shit. We can't go to Mars yet. We're still stuck here.
We're still dumb.
Oh, you know what? What other series did really well with the kind of teenager slang from the future was that
Back to the
goddamn.
Future?
Yeah, I
Well,
was just about to say Back to the
Yeah.
Future. They had
well,
some fun.
they did too, but more recently, Cyberpunk Edge Runners.
Oh yeah, that's a great
I
show.
haven't seen that shit.
That's a really
God
good
damn.
show.
Yeah, apparently it's getting season 2. Like,
Mhm.
what the
it's really good.
fuck?
Lily, have you watched
I
that one
haven't
yet?
seen that shit. No, I keep slapping on it.
I was asking Lily.
Oh, my
No.
bad.
You got to watch that one. You'd like it.
It's I will say it's very violent. Obviously, it's futuristic. There's a whole lot of nudity and all that stuff. Like it's an adult show, but it's well written. It won
Yeah,
Anime of the Year.
They had
22 or
like the VR and like the fleshlight thing, like the very first scene. I was like, all right, this guy's just like in public, just all right,
something.
all right. That's
Yeah,
as
you
you
know,
do in the
like some-
future.
Like some Strange Days shit or some shit?
Bro, you'll see.
That's just the other side of the coin
Yeah.
for Wally.
For yeah,
Wall-E.
basically, yeah.
It's just Wally. Just the other side of the coin. If Disney didn't make Wally, that's what it would be.
Damn. I
You're not-
just blew
you're
my
not
mind
wrong.
open. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
You're not wrong because they did have those fat ass humans in like
Yeah.
those.
Mhm.
They got them seats.
They sure did.
They got
Yeah.
hover chairs. They didn't even have to move.
No,
Yes.
those chairs moved. Yeah, you're right. They went on conveyor belts just to get them to where they need to go. I forgot
They
about
were
that
hover
shit.
chairs.
Yeah,
They were
Were
hover
they
chairs.
chairs?
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
They ate
I mean,
and they watched VR porn. That was it. Like there's nothing more to it.
I'm
that's
sorry, but
fucking
somebody, a
crazy.
robot, bumped into one of the chairs, and it made it a whole rom-com because they noticed a different human being.
Didn't they all fall over and couldn't get back in their chairs or some shit?
Yes, because they never left them.
Oh my god, that's all
That's
bad.
insult to a new level.
Yeah, that was Pixar
Yeah.
clowning us real bad. Like
I mean,
Yeah.
so it was Pixar and fucking Mike Judge talking about Idiocracy. They were like saying, "This is where we're heading." I feel like we're almost
I
there.
mean, we are.
Okay.
Trump is President Camacho. He's just not as buff.
Mhm.
God
I'm
dang,
just saying.
damn.
So,
Alright,
what do we
he's
think
legit.
what
There's
do
some
we think
electrolytes.
the overpowering, not overpowering, but the antagonist, the robot that was like the steering wheel to the ship?
Mhm.
What do we think that's going to be?
Shit, it's
Just
been a while.
AI.
since-
It's
been a while since I watched Wall-E.
Probably gonna be Siri.
I mean, it's already,
Yeah.
but like, it's obviously
Yeah.
not going to be a steering wheel, like a nautical ass steering wheel on a spaceship.
No, it'll be
Unless
a
you want to
console
make
driven
one.
by AI, and it'll have like a manual override. Hopefully, they're smart.
Yeah,
They put a
manual
manual
override
override.
that nobody could get to because everybody was too thick.
Yeah.
I mean, in that film, yeah, but so what I do know if you're part of NASA, you're required to work out while you're in space because you will have detrimental health issues when coming back.
I mean, they
So-
still do. I mean, they have bone density loss. They have muscle
Yeah,
loss.
but-
They get
so-
taller though, which is very interesting.
Yeah, it is
Mhm.
interesting, but you are required to work out. You're required to work out at least I think 30 minutes a day every day or some shit like that.
Well, all those astronauts are, to my knowledge, all military as well, too, right?
Most of them,
Yeah,
but
I
not
think most of
all.
them, Yeah.
Yeah,
No?
there are
Okay.
some people. There are some people that are politicians, to be honest. And there's been they're the. I don't know if anybody knew, but the first commercial space flight happened like a couple weeks ago. Like some billionaire put himself in space.
Yeah.
So
They-
and
they're-
fucking
they're-
William Shatner's been in space.
As far as I know, well, he's been in orbit. As far as I know, there have been no politicians that have been astronauts.
Could
Maybe
there's at least one from the
there,
80s.
well, there were probably politicians after they were an astronaut.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, okay,
Yeah.
that makes more sense.
And
I
yes,
want to
there.
see.
But still,
Sorry, go
One
ahead.
more time, Lily.
I want to see a yoked astronaut. I want to see an absolutely ripped astronaut.
I mean, well, you don't want to be ripped because that'd be bad. Like going to space, you need that body fat. Like being ripped is
Mhm.
good and all, but yeah, most of those guys are like bodybuilders. Like you're seeing them basically on like on death's door. People seem to like the way that looks. Some people anyway. But yeah, you're like they're dying in front of you with like less than 3% body fat. Like your body needs fat to like survive.
Function. Your organs.
Yeah,
need it.
they'll shut down.
Let me rephrase then. I want to see a extremely physically fit astronaut. I don't know why. It seems so funny to me. Like imagine them coming out and then being like, "Oh my god, John Smith. he's finally back from the moon, and he takes his hood off or like the helmet and goes to unzip his jacket, and he's just there's like
I mean, most of them are fit. You have to be fit to be an astronaut. But yeah, you're just not going to be like
Bodybuilder.
like bodybuilders. You know, you have to the rigors they have to go through, like the G thing, like that's legit.
G-forces, yeah.
G forces are.
There's something else. Like some people black out, some people don't, but a lot of people fucking black out doing that shit.
There's obviously different degrees to it, but
Mm-hmm.
once you get to a certain level,
You're going to black out.
yeah, you go black
Mhm.
out. Like there's a limit that you will have. You know what I mean? Like some
Mhm.
people have a higher tolerance than others.
There's actually
Oh yeah, I understand.
there was
that
a
sounds like so much fun.
there was a suicide assistant device that somebody created, or at least they had a design for it. It's basically like the last ride. It's basically like a roller coaster that gradually hit so many G's that you would just die, but you would pass out before you died. So yeah, because it pushes all the blood to the back of your skull, and eventually you'll be starved of blood in your brain and you'll just die. But you won't even realize that you died because you just pass out.
You're already out. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's some shit.
God damn.
Before we
obviously-
continue,
Oh,
go ahead. Go
No,
ahead. We'll just finish what you're saying. Finish with that.
no, I was just gonna say that sounds like a horrific fucking way to go, and I've seen some training videos for like folks, you know, who fly
Yeah.
fighter jets, and I've seen people get pretty close to like.
Oh, they
You
pass
don't.
out all the time, and then they look like
Yeah.
old
Yeah.
people. It's kind of crazy
Yeah.
because like
Yeah,
all
it's
G's.
weird. It's weird because their eyes all pop out and shit. I've seen that shit where they're doing testing. I've seen a couple people survive. They just sit there, but their face contorts and shit, and then they come out of it and they're like, they have to talk to them. They have to say their name. They're, hey, you're all right, or you're okay. It takes them a second to realize who the fuck they are. Like, holy
Yeah.
shit.
The human body is, I mean, it has limits, but it was not necessarily designed to have, you know, a certain amount of G's on it at all time for a long period of time, especially. And I mean, you could see the limitations when we go above a certain altitude or
Oh,
a
yeah, I
certain
understand.
like depth below sea
Depth,
level.
yeah,
Like,
certain depth.
it's hard.
Yeah, that pressure will fuck you up. I'm just saying.
Mhm.
So I just finished Star Wars Outlaws. Time to give my full and impartial review.
You
I
ain't
played the
impartial
game.
for shit.
Says the man who's a bootlicker. Anyway,
Whatever.
I put about 78 hours into the fucking game. I played all the way through from beginning to the end. I played a lot of fucking side missions and like the main missions. Like, I'm gonna have to break this down a little bit. I'm gonna talk about the good stuff, the stuff that I liked, and stuff that didn't work out so well quite. So one thing I did like, is the fact that it's a fucking very, very, very large open game. It's a giant sandbox, but there's a lot of shit that you can do, a lot of places you can go, a lot of things you can, just explore as a single player. A lot of cool ass shit that gives you the ability to do. You're able to like search and fucking interact with people and shit. It was kind of weird that because you get one gun, but it has multiple functions. Like you can pick up other guns, it's fine, but you have your one main blaster, and like I didn't get for the longest time in the beginning of the game that you have to use your pet. Well, you don't have to, but you should use your pet. Your pet is like your second person in the game, and it will alleviate a lot of fucking stress for you while playing the game. Like they're especially doing stealth. So I was telling Cronus like this is from the house that gave us Splinter Cell. So they rely kind of heavily, maybe a little too heavily on stealth. There's a lot of things you need to do with your pet, or you should do with your pet. If you don't, it just makes it harder for you. But once I got to realize that I can do shit with my pet, it worked out better. There were some things from launch that didn't quite gel, but over time, I noticed that they were putting fucking some patches in the game without telling people. I was like, what the fuck? Because, for example, when you send your pet out to distract an enemy, your pet needs to basically be in front of them for them to be extracted. If they walk past where your intended pet is supposed to be, they will completely miss everything they do and then end up finding you and fucking up your fucking whole stealth thing. You're never getting caught, shot, or like thrown out or whatever. Over time, within like a week, they fixed that shit to where I could send my pet out if the character missed where my pet was, they would turn around to interact with the pet and see that it was being distracted. Then I can do what I need to do, either take them down or escape. It wasn't there originally. Also, they had this weird thing, like if you took down an enemy, excuse me, you had this like animation that was I felt kind of a little too long. Because when you're taking down someone, everyone else is still moving at regular pace. So when you're taking down someone, you can still get caught by somebody. I was like, this is fucking annoying. Like, how am I supposed to get through this shit? I have to time my takedowns and time where these other people are going. I don't have time for all that shit. So they had this little update where they made it where everything it doesn't stop, but it just slows down while I do my takedown, so I'm able to get out before this other character comes and sees me. I'm like, oh, they put in these fucking things without them telling people. Well, that's kind of cool. A lot of things that are in the game, I feel like it gets a lot of hate where it didn't need to for some fucking reason. I will say some of it is is founded. I believe that some people were kind of wrong when they cut the game. It's unfortunate, but it happened. So for people who paid early access, that's 3-day early access, you got fucked over.
Yeah,
Plain and simple. You bought the game and the game fucking didn't work, and so like Ubisoft didn't reimburse you. They gave you fucking skins or some bullshit. They didn't give you the DLC, which they should have. So
it's actually it's worse than not working. It's worse than not working. So it did work for a lot of people, but then there was a day one patch when the actual game came out, and it erased your save.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah. And so you were fucked. And by the time that patch came out, the game was already out. So you lost all your fucking work, all your progress. And you got virtually nothing for it. So I understand your fucking, because you paid literally what, $139 for the fucking early release.
Damn.
Regular release of the game was fucking $70. So you paid an extra of like $40 for shit that basically got erased, and you got like some skins or some shit to make up for. I'm like, I want my $40 back. I mean, I think personally they should have got the season pass, but I didn't get it. But it worked out. I don't know what's going on with them, but it worked out for me because I only got the regular game. There are some weird things. There are some things the game has in it that works out very well. So it has like a Wanda system similar to GTA and Red Dead. It has like a reputation system. So where you need to have a really good reputation with each cartel or syndicate or fucking clan or whatever the fuck is out there. And they have like the stealth system and just regular exploring. There's multiple systems that come together. It's got it has everything that we've seen already. It just doesn't do anything new. So you get your Lara Croft, Nathan Drake like climbing and shit. You get your vehicle, stuff like Starfield. You get your Wanda system like I was talking about. Like it does all these things. It puts them together pretty good, but you don't get nothing new. There's nothing like groundbreaking. There's nothing innovative. It just works, but I think a lot of people are expecting something different, maybe. I'm just saying it's not like it breaks the game. It's just like, oh, if you're expecting something new and different, you just get stuff that works, which is fine. It's not like game breaking or anything. I'm gonna express now the fucking weird backlash, hate kind of stuff. So I get the people that paid extra for the game, they got fucked. The people that like feel like the people who feel like the DLC is behind a battle pass. I'm gonna say it's like this. So most DLCs are usually what, $40 per game, whatever.
I bet
roughly.
Big DLC.
Yeah, but some DLCs are $50 to $60. Like I think Horizon had like $50 fucking DLC.
Some DLCs are bullshit too, though. I mean,
some of them are, yes. So a lot of people were kind of mad because they felt like in order to get DLC, they had to get the season pass, and the season pass is $40. So instead, I'm gonna offer this. Instead of saying DLC is locked behind a $40 season pass, you should say I get two DLC single player season pass for $40. Because you get two. They're both like $20 basically, and you get extra shit with it too. So you get two. You get like one with Lando, one with Yondu. If you know who Yondu is, he's from. If you don't know who he is, he's from Star Wars Rebels. He's a very like funny and pretty predominant character in the series. So I'm like, instead of spending that kind of money, and then you feel like, gee, did you spend the money and think you got two DLCs for the price of one?
I mean, hopefully you'll get them. Like they're in a
Yeah,
spot right
so
now where they've lost money on the game. So
oh yeah,
if they don't
100%.
release those DLCs, I would not be surprised.
Oh no, DLCs are it's already set up. They have like their little roadmap. So the first
Mm-hmm.
DLC is out this week. It's the first one is Lando's Gambit. It's out in October. The second one's out in I think this late December, late November, early December. So they're already time locked. So you buy them, they come release. I do not know how big the DLCs are. So that's what it kind of to me boils down to. Once the DLCs are unlocked and you're able to go on these missions, I would hope that you're getting an extra 20 hours or more. If not, then it's probably a little bit of bullshit.
Well,
So
let's be
buyers beware.
but let's be clear though too. Kronos is right. There have been gamers that have been cheated and fleeced with certain titles out of content that they advertised was going to be great DLC or a whole like a whole calendar timeline of DLC drop in this date, this date, this date, and sometimes, especially with a game that doesn't do well, they've just said, "Ah, fuck it," and we're stopping.
Anthem comes to mind.
Oh,
Yep.
oh yeah, Anthem had to have a whole ass meeting and they said no at the meeting. So yeah, it's definitely true. But apparently Ubisoft is already planned. They already planned out their first release is apparently this weekend.
Oh, apparently.
So I haven't seen anything moving. I haven't seen any rescheduled dates. I mean, it is what it is. I just beat the game, so right now I don't plan on buying the DLC. Same thing with Starfield DLC. I don't plan on buying that one either. At least not at this point. It's what's weird to me about this game is that so many people were saying some crazy shit. Like, so for one, people were saying like you couldn't see Jabba's palace unless you bought the DLC, which is outright bull-faced lie. Jabba is very much a very big part of the game. He's literally in the middle of the game, depending on where you start. He's a huge part of the game. You get to see the inside, the outside, and all of his syndicates throughout the system, or at least the outer rim and the inner rim. What was the other one? I'm gonna say this: if you feel like the main character of the game is not hot enough, you might be an incel. If you feel like the main character is not fuckable enough, you might be an incel. Just putting that out there. Like, you shouldn't determine you buying a game if the character is not hot enough or fuckable enough. You should be buying it based on if the game makes you feel like you're having fun and the game has really good gameplay. Not as if this character is hot or fucking sexy or whatever the fuck. But I've literally seen people posting that they didn't plan on buying this game because the West doesn't know how to make women. The East is overtaking the West on how to make. I'm like, what the fuck is this bullshit? And then I see shit about oh, go ahead, Punish.
I want to double down on what you're saying. So people that brought up this whole point of like, oh, she's ugly, blah, 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 blah. How fine was fucking Master Chief or the Doom guy or any fucking other, it's like, what are we talking about here? Like,
I have no idea. It's very weird. Also, people that have continued and doubled and tripled down on the statements I just made, the one thing they never, ever, ever say is that the actress that plays Kay Vesh, who's the main character of the game, she's a Latina. No one says anything about the character of Kay Vesh being a shade lighter than the actress who plays her, because the actress who plays her, she's a very brown Latina. The character of Kay Vesh looks like her, but she's literally a shade lighter. No one says shit about this shit. No one says absolutely nothing about this. Everyone focuses on bad graphics and she doesn't look hot and she's not hot enough and all this shit. This is all fucking bullshit. I'm like, this is the dumbest shit I've heard in a very long time. Well, actually, maybe not a long time, like a year. I'm like thinking that this shouldn't. Go ahead.
Yeah, I do have a question because I mean, obviously you played it and beat it, and this is something that you're a big Star Wars fan. I get it, and you probably enjoyed yourself with it. That's fine. My question is, you're playing as a scoundrel character. Obviously, Star Wars is pretty infamous for having.
So I'm gonna stop you right there. You are not.
You're not a scoundrel.
I'm gonna say you're a thief. You are a thief in this game. You're not a secret Jedi. You're not ISB. You're not a Sith.
Hold on. That's not where I was going.
Okay, I'm just clarifying.
Yeah, but what I was going to say is I've heard in advertisements for the game itself, the creators talk about what's the name of the main character being called?
Kay Vesh.
Yeah, being called a Star Wars scoundrel character. I've heard that, but maybe I don't know if it's true. I haven't played it, but what I was going to say is, for you, old ninja, and obviously Cronus has played it too. With Star Wars being so infamous, with Han Solo being that scoundrel character, are there any like callbacks or Easter eggs to him, and then if so, do you think that having a more well-known Han Solo character might have helped this game?
So I will say this: yes, there are several callbacks, and one of them, when like I said about Jabba's palace, you get to see Han Solo in Carbonite, and
Okay.
Kate Vess doesn't know who he is, and she's like, "What the fuck did he do to end up in Carbonite?" And I do mean what the fuck, because in the game they swear. They don't swear like we swear here on Earth. They swear Star Wars style. They use these terms from like the comics and shit that most people may not know. But if you at least watch Mandalorian, the Mandalorian Din Djarin uses a swear word in a couple episodes, and she uses it quite liberally in this fucking game. It's actually very funny to me. But they swear. This, it's weird to me, but the Stormtroopers fucking swear. There are callbacks to several characters. I'm going to call out, yes, definitely Han Solo. There's actually another, what they call legacy character. There's another character that what I'm going to say is a Neo legacy character. There's a character from Solo that appears in the game, and you have to have a pretty good interaction with that person. There's a couple more legacy characters that I've run into, which have been very cool. But the thing I think the developers had to steer away from is to not make her a Han Solo clone, because you as the player decide which way route she wants to go. She's not an Imperial sympathizer. They try to recruit her, but it's up to you if you want to go with them or not. She has no love, absolutely no love for the rebels. She thinks they're kind of what they're doing is pointless, and they fuck her over very early in the game. She has no love for them at all. And you have to have dealings with them later on in the game.
A couple of things on Ninja. The voice actor of Kay Vess is not that dark, and she actually doesn't even really look like Kay Vess.
I will say I disagree, because I feel like she's a lot darker than Kay Vess. I've seen her in interviews and whatnot, and I'm like, this chick is darker than Kay Vess. But I mean, maybe it's my TV or something, but it doesn't look like.
I'm looking at a few, and she could look somewhat darker in different light, but she's not what I would consider a dark skinned woman. She has she's brown skin, but she's not like really dark, and she does not look like Kay Vess.
You don't think she looks like Kay? I mean, so I would say because she has straight hair in real life, Kay Vess has like really weird, short, kind of wavy hair. Maybe that's it. I don't know. I'm not a hairdresser. I can't really say.
I've seen the side by side, and so they don't look alike.
They don't look alike, man.
Yeah,
the eyes are way off. The eyebrows are way off. Kay Vess has like the chin dimple thing.
She does have the double chin thing or chin clip.
Yeah.
Okay.
They don't. Their noses are different. Like they look totally different, man.
You think they're so? I think they're very similar.
No,
I'm gonna say they don't.
She's just a voice actor. She's not like the mocap actor. Like it's like the guy who voices Kratos doesn't look like Kratos. So
I will say she does mocap Kay Vess, because I've seen her on things. But as far as look, it is what it is.
Well, no, I mean like that's not like it's not her face though. So
okay. I mean, I disagree.
They do look different. They do look different.
Okay. I mean, it is what it is. But still, the fact that they're not hot enough, I still think is a weird argument. So
yeah, I totally agree with that. Yeah,
that's very weird.
Anyway,
fuck, what was that? Oh yeah. So like I said, the fucking legacy characters are there. Space combat is it's more similar to Starfield, I guess. I haven't played Eververse or anything. I will say, the final thing, I see why it got the scores it got. It was like, an average, like 70 plus, a 7 out of 10, a 70 out of 100. And I get it, because it doesn't do anything new. It just does everything just good enough. And like, if you're looking for like an adventure game and you're missing like your type of Nathan Drakes and Tomb Raiders, this is a pretty good, substitute for now until like new shit comes out next year. But I don't understand the hate the game is getting. I do say the people that got fucked over by Ubisoft, they have every right to be mad, 100%. The people that are mad about, oh yeah, the DEIE shit. I've seen this come up with this game, and I didn't understand it at first. I was like, what the fuck is this? Then early on in the game, K-Vest awkwardly flirts with another human female because she's a human female. And I was like, is this what people are fucking mad about? Like, really? Like, she doesn't full on
So,
say, oh, will you jump my bones? But she, like, has this weird awkwardness with another woman. And I'm like, okay, that's
so,
really not that big a thing.
so
So
is it vague or is she a lesbian character?
it's vague. You
Okay.
can, I mean, you can tell she's flirting, but like not very well, and it happens at least 3 times. There's another character that you meet. He's a Korean. He's a fucking squid face. He talks about how he has a husband. The character's pretty obviously. I mean, based on the voice acting, it sounds like a male.
He's obviously
And
a
you meet
squid.
his, yeah, he's a squid too. But you meet his partner is a human male, and they're talking about them being married and whatnot. And I'm like, is this why people are fucking mad? Is that a fucking human smashing a squid face person? Like, what the fuck? Who gives a shit? Like, I'm here to get my credits and move the fuck on. Like, whatever. I I saw that shit like literally the day one or day 2 or 3. All I saw was this is DEI woke garbage, this is woke fucking shit. Disney ruined this and that. I'm like, what the fuck are y'all talking about? And I played the game and I'm like, this is why you're fucking mad. It's because people talk about it. You don't see them make out. They're not humping each other. They just talk about their partners. Like this really is to me it feels like a fucking non-issue, and it was sad to see people jump on this and agree with these people and say they're not going to buy the game because of this. Like,
Well,
this is the dumbest reason not to buy the game.
what's odd to me, and I hadn't even heard that part in terms of the
Oh,
squid issue, but what's odd to me is, last year you had Baldur's Gate with all kind of bisexual simulation and
oh, that's
guy,
right. Yeah.
girl, bear, whatever, and everybody was cool with it. You know, for the most part, I didn't hear a
I
whole
feel
lot of.
so. I'm gonna say yes, Prodigy, but I feel like this is a different crowd than Baldur's Gate 3.
Oh
I feel
yeah,
like this
I mean
is different.
the
Yeah,
Star
I feel
Wars
like
crowd ain't accepting for shit. Let's be clear on that.
yeah, yeah, it feels like a different player base and that one that should be more accepting, and they're completely not.
No,
Especially like I see people saying, I don't know, I'm not gonna play as a girl that like, or I'm not gonna play as some DEI woke fucking shit. And you ask them to define woke, and they ghost the fucking comments or whatever. I'm like, this is fucking weird to me.
You know
The
what's
amount
funny?
of hate this game. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, like, if you ever watch like Jujutsu Kaisen, like nobody brings
Yeah.
up the fact that like there's clearly like a woman character that is expressed as like a male. That one cursed spirit, Hanami,
oh yeah,
like
yeah,
looks like a dude, but it's supposed to be a woman. But like
Yep.
nobody really cares because the anime is fucking badass. So
yeah.
yeah, they were just
Same
like,
with
okay, yeah,
Mahito.
what?
It's the same with Mahito. Mahito's pretty ace.
Super androgynous, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's bad that this kind of narrative hurts the sales of the game. The game isn't bad. It's not great. It's just good. Like it's just a standard. I saw actually a really good article recently where it says like people nowadays expect AAA games to be fucking amazing, and unfortunately, they're not always going to be that way. They're just going to be
Well,
like good to
well,
okay.
yeah, but hold on. I do gotta rewind the tape a little bit. There were, and we talked about it on this show, out of pocket pre-launch journalists, like the one from what was it, GameStop or whatever,
Oh
uh,
no, he's no
Game
from Forbes. Guy from Forbes.
Forbes or Games Rant, whatever. There was a few of them. Literally, the quote was,
Oh, yeah.
"This is Red Dead Redemption in space," and
Hmm.
that level of high praise. That's a AAA game that most gamers consider a masterpiece for both part 1 and part 2. Like an absolute 95 out of 100 fucking masterpiece. So, when you say those things pre-launch and it doesn't live up to those expectations, it's very fair for your average gamer to be annoyed, upset, feel taken advantage of, especially if you add on to that you paying additional
140
bonus.
bucks.
Yeah, $140 and getting your game, your saves deleted. Like
Hmm.
that would piss me the fuck off, and that has nothing to do with female character or attractiveness or whatever. That's just straight up like bullshit gaming journalism, and
Yeah.
then disappointment.
Well, I think that's one of the main problems with the game is that there are legit problems with the game, but it's kind of overlooked by these crazy people that are talking about how sexy the main character isn't, or there's some DEI stuff in the game. It's like, okay, but there's other problems with the game. Like, just talk about those things instead of like these really nebulous ideas that you're clearly wrong about. It's just like, I'd say my grievances about the game. Like the stealth thing just didn't work in the game for me. Like, how the fuck you have somebody with a gun stealth taking down somebody by punching them? Like, literally punching them. I'm like, he's wearing a helmet. Like, how strong is this woman? Like, come on. Especially this is the other part that's wrong, is that you're in a universe where we literally have stun guns, like the stupid, like the blue circle thing that stuns people in Star Wars. It's written for you. Like, just use the fucking stun thing. She already have a gun that does multiple things. Seems pretty. Seems like a miss.
Yeah, it's funny because you can stun people, but it takes forever for it to fucking recharge. I'm like, I'm not gonna wait for this to recharge.
Yeah, the punching thing is just, it's so dumb.
Yeah, it's a little weird, but it's what's funny is that, like, I hate saying this, but I'm gonna have to say this. I'm gonna say that Project put this out there. I put this all on him, but she fights like a girl. I hate to say it, like, she puts her everything into every punch, and like hitting a Gamorrean guard.
I mean, you have to if you're gonna punch him to death.
Yeah. So it's funny because hitting a Gamorrean guard, before they patched it, if you hit them, you would take damage, and then you would spring backwards, and you take more damage because you hit the ground. I was like, oh shit! Like, you can't fucking fight them. And there's motherfuckers are fucking fast with fat motherfuckers. They'll fuck you up in a minute. Like, you can't. You have to use every fucking ounce of your gun to take them out, and most likely you're gonna die by the second one. So I was like, okay, that's understandable, but I digress. Like, I understand why the game.
I want to say for the record is that Odin just said that she fights like a girl. So
yeah, no, Prodigy said it. I'll put this on you. You said it. Yeah. So the game is like, it's solid. It does have its fucking mistakes. I had to say it's not a masterpiece, but it's fucking good. It's still a good game. I'm gonna probably, because I'm a little strapped on funds, I'm gonna wait until probably Black Friday. I know Prime Day is, I think today's the last day of Prime Day.
Yeah,
if you can get something good,
fucking stupid.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
They had a point before
I mean,
of like actually being on a Prime Day, but these weren't fucking anyway.
But yeah, I mean, if you were really interested in the game and you're on the fence, I just say wait until Black Friday and buy it then. You'll probably get it for $35 or less, and you'll probably feel like you got it for a steal. Like, I enjoyed the game immensely, but that's just me.
I would not be surprised in the slightest if sometime in 2025 this is on PS Plus or Xbox Live or whatever.
Oh, I mean, if Jedi Survivor is on fucking Game Pass and shit, you already know this is coming to Game Pass and PSN Plus. It's already there. It's already set up.
Let's do this though. It's getting a little late. Let's wrap it on up for this week though, if you guys don't mind. Kronos, what you got this week popping?
Still doing, sober October. So I don't know how many days left. A lot of days left.
You do not sound fucking happy about that, man. You sound like someone shot your goddamn dog.
No, it's all right. I don't mind actually. It's been nice to like having to adjust to like. Say again.
Should have shot that dog in him.
It's been nice to like figure out how to like sleep without drinking or melatonin, but yeah, I can do that now, I guess. Not happy about it. Reality sucks. I'm just saying. I don't know how the rest of y'all do this.
Hold on one second.
Nope. You raised your hand, sir.
Somebody broke in this house.
Yeah.
Get that shotgun.
So yeah, this weekend I don't know what I'm gonna do with my daughter, my youngest daughter. I think maybe see a movie or something like that. So the other weekend we went to the Imaginarium, which we talked about. That was cool. But yeah, it's kind of pretty uneventful. So yeah. Oh, Ninja,
right.
what you got?
Right on.
Since Prodigy's muted.
Yeah. For me, I just saw Transformers 1. I think yesterday.
I want to see that.
Yeah, it was better than I thought. So what I didn't know is the movie was produced by Michael Bay, executive produced by fucking Steven Spielberg, and had like a pretty well-known writer. And the movie came out actually pretty fucking decent. I was
Yeah.
like, what the fuck is this shit? It was cool hearing Lawrence Fishburne again. He plays Alpha Trion, so I was like, oh shit, that was fucking awesome. The movie came out to be pretty solid. I was pretty content with this film. Um, this week, tomorrow will be probably it's cooling down here in the Bay, so it'll be like in the 70s next 4 or 5 days. But I'm very, very, very fucking thankful for it. Since I just finished Outlaws, I might play some more Shabak because you can play Shabak in the game. But I'm probably gonna move on to something else pretty soon. Black Ops 6 is out in like I think 2 weeks, so
Space
just
Marine
prepping
2,
for
bro.
that.
Space Marine 2.
I can't be spending my money like that. At least not yet. Not until
Okay.
like probably November. But we'll see. We'll see how it works out. But I mean, I still got other games I haven't played. Like so, I talked to you about this, Connors. We're still trying to get fucking people for the raid for Ghost of Tsushima. We never finished that shit.
Yeah, I haven't played
Yeah,
that
so
game
we're
forever. I need to go back.
yeah, we gotta get their skills back up because when you go back in, you're probably gonna get cut the fuck up until you realize that, oh yeah, I remember how to play this game. So we're gonna be doing that. I gotta play Resident Evil fucking 4. I have that shit fucking wrapped still. I haven't even fucking installed that shit. So just a bunch of shit. I'm probably gonna be chilling for a little bit, but yeah, I'm gonna be enjoying this cool down before we get torrential rain probably. But yeah, that's it. That's it for me.
Good. Lily, what you got popping?
Nothing much. Just sleeping, resting up. This week has been rough, so just sleep this weekend.
Good shit. Good
It's
shit.
like it's tomorrow her time.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, it really is.
I am going to enjoy the ever loving fuck out of episode 2 of Dan to Dan.
Yeah.
I want to watch some more. I'm going to see that Turbo Granny steal some more teenage boy weenies. You watch. She's going to do it, goddammit. And them uteruses are all of those aliens. Like, it's going to be good. Still looking forward to some Uzumaki. So just a whole lot of fucking anime watching. There's one more called Wistoria Wands and Swords. It's pretty solid. I'm on like episode 3 or 4 of that. It's a really good one. Isekai kind of level. And then still watching, obviously, keeping up with One Piece Egghead. And last but not least, I'm still fucking with some Fairy Tail 100-Year Quest or whatever. So there's just it's a great year for anime. I'm gonna keep on fucking watching all that shit. Other than that, I do want to play some games with y'all. It's been a minute, so maybe I will jump on some Ghost of Tsushima. I'm off
Bro,
on Monday.
you need to get your platform skills all the way the fuck up. We about to do this shit.
No, man, I'm
Gotta
just gonna
get
keep
there.
on dying, and you guys are gonna pull me past that checkpoint. Don't you worry.
We need to put you on a different role so you guys don't have to go nowhere. You're gonna figure some shit out. That's
Nah.
all fucking bad.
But,
I forgot.
yeah.
Fucking Solar Opposites. I'm watching that shit. It's just fucking still funny.
Dude, it's so good. It's
Yeah,
so good.
I realized I was 4 episodes in, so I got 4 seasons in. I need 2 more seasons to catch up. So there we
There
are.
you go. All right, take us out, old ninjas.
All right, users experience Black and Black times Infinity, the dankest podcast on the internet. Check us out anywhere and everywhere with Be the BTI. That's BTHANBTI anywhere and everywhere you listen to your podcast. If you're listening to us via audio and you didn't know that we go live or that you want to take a look at what we look like or whatever, we go live every Wednesday, 8:30 Pacific-ish time on YouTube and on Twitch. So you can go on there, be a part of the discussion. Check out our official website, benhabproductions.com/BTI, and we can email us at bthenbti@gmail.com. You can be invited to our Discord server if you want. Just send us an email, listening you want to join, and you'll probably get an invite. There you go.
Good shit.
All right.